Hello, this is over and over and over again. We're live, and this is going to be the Crystal Palace versus Arsenal live watch. Hello, I'm Richard. Welcome back to my channel. Over and over and over again. The going to be doing a watch along here of Crystal Palace against Arsenal. Of course, the final match, actually, the final home match of Roy Hodgson's Crystal Palace management career. He's had a great career in management, hasn't he? He's probably going to retire now. He's actually managed 1,211 games since 1976. He's hardly had any time off in all that time either. He's managed 4 national sides: England, Finland, United Arab Emirates and Switzerland. He's also managed 6 clubs in England. He won 8 league titles in Sweden. So fantastic career that he's had in management. And it's, the Crystal Palace fans, of course, are in the ground tonight, as we know, for this final home game of the season for them. I will start, of course, as always, with the team news. This is how the Arsenal side lines up. I'm going to do it in the new way to see how this works. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. So in goal, it is Bernd Leno, of course. He gets the nod over Matt Ryan. A little bit surprised there, but anyway, that's the choice there. Right back, Callum Chambers is selected at right back for this game. The centre-back pairing, first of all, we've got Rob Holding, and he is going to be partnered by Gabriel. So they're the 2 central defenders. And then the left back tonight, back in the starting lineup, of course, is Kieran Tierney. Now he's fit. In midfield, then we've got there's a 2-man midfield. Thomas Partey is the first one, as expected, and Granit Xhaka isn't fit enough to start. He is on the bench, so partnering Thomas Partey again is Mohamed El Neni, of course, as he did at Chelsea. Then the 3 just in front. The number 10 tonight is going to be Emil Smith-Rowe. He's in the side again in place of Odegaard in the number 10 position. Then the 2 wide players are, first of all, looks like on the right-hand side is probably going to be Bukayo Saka. Great season that he's had. And on the left, we think he's going to be on the left anyway. It's actually Nicolas Pepe gets the nod ahead of Martinelli. A bit of a surprise there, maybe. But anyway, that's where he is. And, of course, up front, the captain, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Hopefully it'll be his night to get some goals. Of course, he's not had a great season. We know that in terms of goal scoring, nowhere near the levels that he would normally have. In terms of the Crystal Palace team, I didn't bother doing some graphics for them. I'll just quickly run through that. They've got Guaita in goal. They're back 4. It's Ward, Tompkins, Cahill and Mitchell. They've got 3 in midfield: Koyate, McCarthy and Schlupp. And then they're 3 up front: Townsend, Benteke and Zaha. So they are the lineups for the game. On the bench for Arsenal, it's goalkeeper Matt Ryan. Cedric and Mari are the 2 defensive changes on the bench. Xhaka, Ceballos, Odegaard and Willian are the midfield changes. And we've got 2 strikers on the bench, or 2 forwards on the bench, shall I say, Martinelli and Lacazette. I don't know what Martinelli's got to do to get a start in this team, actually, under Mikel Arteta. I really don't know. He's on the bench again. Really disappointed about that. Plus, as well, I don't know why he hasn't put some of the younger players on the bench as well. Why has he got Ceballos on the bench when he's not going to be in next season? Why not put Aziz there? Why not put Balogun on the bench as well? I don't know, instead of Willian, who looks like he's going to be off as well. So a few strange decisions from Arteta, but it's kind of what we expect these days. We never get the team that we think he's going to pick or that we believe he should pick. So, but, we're coming into this game on the back of 3 straight wins in the Premier League, which is our best run since December, of course. So let's hope we can continue. But we haven't got a good record against Palace, have we, in recent years? We haven't won the last 5 meetings. 4 of them have finished in draws. Wouldn't be surprised if this one finished in a draw either. I think Crystal Palace, with their fans, are going to want to go out on a high for Roy, aren't they? The last home game for Roy Hodgson. So I believe they're going to be well up for this game, and we'll have to see how that works out. But I think it's going to be a tight game. Can we continue our run till the end of the season? Let's hope we can. It'd be really good, wouldn't it, if we can finish the season with another 2 victories, which would put us, probably not going to be enough to get us in the Europa League, is it, unfortunately, or into the Conference League? Probably not either. But it depends how other results go. Of course, there's a few games tonight elsewhere that may have an impact on it. Of course, Tottenham are playing Aston Villa currently. It was 1-1 last time I heard. I don't know if there's been any more goals since then. Tottenham scored an own goal, actually, to give Aston Villa an equaliser, which was quite funny. It was Reguilon who scored that own goal, which was good. And I think Everton are playing Wolves as well, aren't they? So that could affect where we finish in the league as well. But it's all about, this game is just about us really trying to look ahead to next season. I think he started with 11 players who at least we're pretty sure are going to be at the club next season. I'm so a little bit surprised that maybe Ceballos and Willian are on the bench. That their places could have been taken by young lads instead. But at least he started 11 players who should be in next season and see how that goes. I'm expecting to be a tight game. I think the fans are going to give them a lift, actually. You saw what happened at Brighton last night against Manchester City with their fans in the stadium. Really lifted them, didn't it? And they said they came back from 2-0 down to win that game. So kind of anything's possible, I guess, isn't it? As we know. Terry's in the chat. How you doing, Terry? He says, good evening, Richard. Good evening, Terry. Hope you're well, mate. Hope we're having a good day. I hope it's going to be a good game, obviously, as well, that we can enjoy. There hasn't been that many. Oh, that's the wrong score. That was from the Arsenal women the other day. I need to change that, actually. That was a good game, actually, wasn't it? The Arsenal women, if you saw that at the weekend, or if you watched it on the channel, really, really good game. That was exciting. And, of course, we won 9-0, as you know. For that was Joe Montemuro's last game as well. So it's maybe a time for change, isn't it? Elsewhere as well, and I think that there's going to be a lot of changes at Arsenal over the summer, I think, as well. Not only on the playing side, but possibly behind the scenes as well. I'm not necessarily saying that that's the wrong one. Yes, there you go. So anyway, the teams are lined up, actually. Arsenal are applauding Roy Hodgson onto the pitch, which is a nice touch, actually. And obviously the crowd are applauding. It's good that actually the fans are in for this, isn't it? Because I think it's a good occasion for Roy. He looks quite emotional, as you can imagine he will. Not sure if he's going to come back into management after this. He's in his 70s now, isn't he? I think he needs a good, needs to go and retire and enjoy his life without the stress of being a Premier League football manager, which is a difficult job, isn't it? Shane's in the chat. What are they doing, Shane? He says, good evening, Rich. Willock score again. Did he? Well, that puts his price up as far as I'm concerned. It means we get more money for him. So that's a good sign on that side of it. I wouldn't, a lot of people have been saying we should get him back because he scored them goals, but he's had plenty of chances for Arsenal in the Premier League and only scored 1 goal. I think he's given more freedom at Newcastle. Maybe that move seems to work for him. So I think it'd be a good move all round, actually, for him, for the club, and obviously for Newcastle as well, if we can get that deal done. But we'll see what happens over the summer with that. But I mean, I'm delighted for him that he's doing so well. Really, really delighted for him. Thomas is in the chat as well. He says, good evening. Good evening, Richard and Terry, all the rest of the gang. Feel like I know you all personally. Coming you is no, that's what it's been like, hasn't it? It's been great, actually. I really appreciate all the support that the channel gets from all you guys. And Terry says, good evening, Shane and Tracy. Hope you're feeling confident tonight. I think it's going to be a tight game. I think Crystal Palace are going to want to go out on a high with their fans, and I think it's going to be a difficult game for us, actually. I think that's added into the difficulties. I think it would have been a difficult game anyway, but with Crystal Palace with their fans in on for Roy's last home game, I think it's going to be even harder than it may well have ordinarily been. So, but we'll see. We're in decent form in the Premier League. We seem to play well when there's no pressure on us, don't we? So there's certainly not pressure on us in terms of the result tonight. Although it seems like Mikel Arteta has been told to try and get a European place one way or the other. So he's obviously going to want to win these 2 games. And he certainly picked a side tonight that looks like he's definitely picked a side to win the game, hasn't he? He hasn't he hasn't thrown in loads of young players or anything like that. It's what you would consider perhaps the strongest available side. So yeah, I think he's going to try and win it. Granted, Xhaka's the only one who's missing still with his injury, but he's on the bench, as I said. Martinelli as well. Honestly, I don't know what he's got to do to get a start, but anyway, let's not really worry too much about that. I guess he'll probably come on, won't he, at some stage later on in proceedings, and we'll see how it works out. But the teams are just sort of ready to go now. Actually, we're minutes away from the kickoff at Selhurst Park. The only game kicking off at 7 o'clock. Actually, obviously there's 2 or 3 games kicked off early, and there's another couple kicking off after this, isn't there? At 8:15. So they've kind of moved the kickoffs around. It is great to see fans in the stand, isn't it? Arsenal, by the way, are wearing their new lemon kit, as the women did, of course, at the weekend, with the cannon still the wrong way around. But anyway, the right way around is in my logo at the top, as you can see up there. Where is it? Up there. That's the right way around for the cannon to be. And Arsenal got it on the shirts the wrong way around. But anyway, never mind about that. We are in their new lemon kit. Crystal Palace, obviously, in their blue and red, usual home kit. It looks like Arsenal are going to be attacking the Holmesdale, no, not the Holmesdale Road, in the opposite end to that in the first half. At the end to our left. The Arsenal going to be so are kicking towards the Holmesdale Road stand at Selhurst Park. If you know your Selhurst Park, that's the main home end, of course, where the main atmosphere is generated at Selhurst Park. And Arsenal going to be attacking that in this first half, which is the end to our left as we look. Say in the yellow lime kit without blue shorts again, which is slightly annoying. Obviously, we wouldn't have been able to wear blue shorts anyway because Crystal Palace do. But even so, the kit hasn't actually got blue shorts. Anyway, it looks like we're going to be perhaps looking at doing taking the knee. Obviously, Wilfried Zaha won't be, will he? Because he's got his own way of doing that, and fair play to him for that. Be interesting to see the response of the crowd. Actually, there's been boos at some of the other games I've noticed. Let's see what happens on this particular occasion. It's good to see the fans in the stadium, isn't it? It's the atmosphere in the last couple of days has been really, really good. But Arsenal are going to kick off in a minute when the referee decides it's time, and it's good to see. The Apertia's got some fans in as well at that Holmesdale Road stand, which is nice as well. And I'm sure there's going to be a good atmosphere. There generally is at Crystal Palace anyway. I know the area really well. My dad was from quite close by, actually. I spent a lot of my childhood around that part of London, southeast London, so I do know the area pretty well. And I was maybe fortunate I didn't end up supporting Crystal Palace because I guess I could have done, but I went the other way to my mum's side and supported Arsenal, so I think I made the right choice. But we'll see if I still feel like that at the end of this game, maybe. But I've always had a soft spot for Crystal Palace. I think they're a good well-run club actually, and I've got a lot of time for them, and I'm pleased that they've survived another season in the Premier League. I'm not quite sure what the delay is. We've been waiting around here for ages. It must be something to do with the TV, I would assume. But we're all ready to kick off, but we're still waiting for some unknown reason. It's Anthony Taylor who's the referee. Actually, I'm not sure who's doing VAR, but hopefully we won't have too much controversy with VAR tonight. I don't know whether you saw my shows I did the last couple of nights on the FA Cup finals, looking back on some great memories. I had an older panel, shall we say, on Monday, looking at some of the older finals, and then a younger panel last night, looking at the more recent ones, and 2 really good shows, actually. So if you haven't seen them, they're still available on the channel, so you can always watch them on catch up. And they are definitely worth watching. Some great memories of some great moments being an Arsenal fan. I actually got a feeling the game might have started, and I'm on a loop here on my stream. I'll have to try and sort that out because it seems to be just going over the same things over and again. Oh, here we go. Right, I'm back. I'm back in the game. We played a minute actually while all that was going on. But anyway, Crystal Palace have got an attack down the far side on the right hand side. I think it was Wilfried Zaha there put the cross in. Andros Townsend now on his near side for Crystal Palace. They're left in front of what is the away stand usually, but obviously there's no Arsenal fans, or officially there's no Arsenal fans in the stadium. I'm sure there might be a few that have managed to get tickets and get in, because if my dad's family was still there, I'm sure I'd have been able to get a ticket for tonight. But I'm sure there'll be 1 or 2 in. As Shane says there, looking at the lineup now, we should be capable of 5th or 6th in the league. Well, we should have been all season, and we haven't been, have we? But anyway, and Mark says, yeah, 2 minutes in. Yeah, thanks, Mark. I know. Look, I wonder what was going on. There wasn't a delay. It was just my stream was on a loop. I kept looking. They kept showing the same people in the crowd. I think, and I'm sure I saw that guy just 2 seconds ago. But anyway, we have got there now. And Arsenal currently in possession in the middle of the pitch, with Rob Holding plays it out to that far side to and Nicolas Pepe, who's actually started on the right by the look of it. Actually, Thomas Partey finds El Neni. Those two played pretty well at Chelsea, didn't they? Kind of held it all together for us. A difficult game that was, but a great victory, of course, in the end. Saka then plays the ball to Pepe. That's a good ball to the far side. Smith Rowe plays it right away across. Saka was in there, but it's come to Tierney at the far post. He crosses it over to the far side, but it's over hit, and Wilfried Zaha should get there. But it's gone out for a throw to Arsenal. Good move that actually from Arsenal. Good play. Smith Rowe down the far side, put the ball across the box. Aubameyang came in Saka came in at the far post, and it was Aubameyang at the Saka at the near post, and Aubameyang at the far post couldn't quite get the finishing touch. It fell to Tierney. He chipped it back over to the far post, but overhit it a little bit, and it went out over the far side. But good play that was actually from Arsenal in the middle of the pitch. Smith Rowe made a great run down that right hand side. It was a good ball to him from Pepe. First time cross, looking for Saka. Couldn't quite get a touch on it on the edge of the 6-yard box. Aubameyang was coming in behind him, and Palace did manage to finally scramble the ball away. But that was good. Good start from Arsenal. That good attacking play. Look as though over the last couple of games, we look as though we're playing with a little bit more freedom, which is maybe lacking in a lot of the earlier games this season. And of course, away from home, we're on a great run, aren't we? 6 games unbeaten, 4 wins and 2 draws since we lost at Aston Villa in February. Of course, those back-to-back away defeats we suffered at Wolves and also then at Aston Villa. But we haven't lost away since then. In fact, we've got some good wins under our belt, in actual fact, away from home, haven't we? Leicester, we won away at, obviously, Chelsea as well. There's just been a yellow card here. It was a foul on Callum Chambers, actually, from Jeffrey Schlupp. It was just a bit late, actually. They both went for the ball. Chambers got there first, and it was a bit of an untidy challenge, actually. And Chambers has got a bit of an injury to his ankle. I think he's probably going to be okay. And it was a yellow card for Schlupp, of course, who he won the Premier League with Leicester, didn't he? I'm sure he was in their squad that won the league. VAR actually checking this for a possible red card, are they? I'm not sure if it's going to be a red card. I don't think it should be a red card, if I'm totally honest. I don't think it is. He just got there a fraction late. Chambers just got a toe to the ball, and his momentum just drove him into Chambers, and it was a foul. But Chambers is back up again anyway, and Arsenal have taken this free kick quickly. Gabriel now on this near side for Arsenal finds Tierney, who tries to play up the line to Saka, and he does, but Saka was just held up there, and now Palace can get a break on with Townsend. It's been quite an open start, actually. Arsenal have had a good attack, and Crystal Palace are looking a threat on the attack themselves. They've got a lot of pace in their front three, haven't they, with Townsend and Zaha. Not so much Benteke, but he's a good target man, isn't he? And he's on a good run. He scored 9 goals this season, and a number of those have been in recent games as well. Of course, he did score against Aston Villa at the weekend, where Crystal Palace did twice come from behind to win that game 3-2 at Selhurst Park. So they're on a good run of form themselves. Actually, they're doing pretty well. I think they're unbeaten in the last 3 in the league. But they're coming forward now. Wilfried Zaha on that far side, inside the penalty area, goes around the outside, and his cross shot is blocked. It was a combination of Chambers and Holding, but that was a good run that from Wilfried Zaha. Showed great pace, then burst down that right-hand side, the left-hand side for Palace, cut into the penalty area. He was taken around the outside. It was Rob Holding who blocked the cross, but it is a corner to Crystal Palace. It's their first corner of the game. He sends it to the near post. Oh, actually, it goes all the way across the box. Nobody managed to get a touch on it, and it's come all the way to this far side to McCarthy's cross, and it's a header there comes in, and I've gone just wide. Gary Cahill, former Chelsea man, captain for Crystal Palace tonight. It's a great cross actually from McCarthy. And Gary Cahill still up from the corner, got above Chambers and put it just wide. Good header actually from Gary Cahill. He's dangerous, isn't he, from those situations? And he got his head on that really well, but he just couldn't quite direct it into the corner. And it went just wide of the far post. Arsenal now trying to build an attack of their own. So it's a very open start. 7 minutes gone. It is still 0-0, but there's been chances at both ends. Both teams look as though it's almost got that end of season kind of feel to it, hasn't it? Where there's no real pressure on either team and they're sort of relaxed and playing some nice attacking football, which is good to see. So let's hope it's going to continue to be a good game. And we might see a few goals as well, which would be really nice, wouldn't it? But we'll see how that goes. Thomas Partey now in the middle of the pitch. He just loses out. It was a good tackle actually from Benteke, I think it was. But now Gabriel's coming forward. He passes short instead to El Neni. Plays it square to Thomas Partey, and he gets it out wide to that far side to Emil Smith-Rowe, who's actually very wide over on the right-hand side rather than being in the number 10 position. But a good ball in there from Partey to Pepe, back to Smith-Rowe, to Chambers, sorry. No, to Smith-Rowe, actually. Chambers has moved inside. Now it's Thomas Partey again. But Crystal Palace have forced us backwards. And, of course, Arsenal will try and keep possession as much as they can without necessarily threatening too much. But it's a ball into the box there looking for Aubameyang, but it was a defensive header from Tompkins, got that away. It's now fell to Tierney just on the edge of the penalty on his left-hand side. Plays it back to El Neni. It's good pressure this from Arsenal. Keeping possession of the ball, forcing Crystal Palace back. Gabriel now to El Neni. El Neni goes back to Rob Holding inside the centre circle. Thomas Partey now chips the ball over the top, so over that far side to Pepe. Can he keep it in? No, he can't. It's just run away from him. And it's gone out for a goal kick. But that was a ball there, not locked over the top from Partey, looking for the run there of Pepe. But it was just overhit a little bit, and it's gone out for a goal kick to Crystal Palace. So it's been, I'd say, a pretty lively start, actually. Arsenal are playing pretty well. And Palace are looking dangerous, as you would expect. But, yeah, decent start to the game. But, yeah, so let's hope I'll say the game continues like this. It'll definitely be a good watch, won't it? But we'll see what happens. Just sharing the show and put a couple of links out. If anyone wants to join, please come across on that and watch the show. It'd be nice to see you. Pat Rice there, yeah, looked like Pat Rice, didn't it? Good to see Pat at the games, isn't it? Absolute legend for Arsenal, Pat Rice, isn't he? Brilliant. Arsenal now coming forward with Saka just over to this left-hand side. He's got Tierney outside him. Tierney burst into the penalty area, but he can't get past Ward, who defends really well, actually. And it's gone out for a corner. A little bit of afters there. Tierney's gone down. Not too sure what happened here, actually. A few of the Arsenal players are surrounding the referee. Obviously, VAR will probably look at this. Tierney's holding his shin. Was he caught there by Wall? Let's have a look on the replay. Saka put Tierney in. He tried to outpace Wall, but it was good defending, actually, by the Palace man. And then the ball came back off the advertising balls, and Tierney went to get it. And Wall unnecessarily tackled him out when the ball was off the pitch. And clipped his ankle. He's gone down very easily there, Kieran Tierney. He does that a few times, actually. I don't like that in him. Mark C says that should be a booking for Wall. No, it should have been a booking. I definitely agree. I thought Tierney made more of it than maybe it was necessary. But anyway, Saka is about to take this corner for Arsenal on the near side. Arsenal's first corner of the night. Let's see if we can get a good delivery in. Maybe get a goal. Tierney whips it in, but it wasn't a great corner, actually. And Crystal Palace have managed to clear it. Aubameyang works hard there to win it back for Arsenal. Ball whips into the ball, Saka at the far post, but it's headed back by Tompkins into the arms of goalkeeper Guaita. It remains 0-0. Of course, the reverse fixture. Mark Darby in the chat there says, was it a red? Well, I wouldn't say it was a red. I thought it was. It should have been a yellow. It's unnecessary, wasn't it? There was no need for him to do that, really. The ball had gone out for a corner. I don't quite know what he was thinking. But anyway, it should have been a booking. But I do think Tierney made more of that than was perhaps necessary, to be fair. And he's done that. He has got a habit of doing that, hasn't he, Kieran Tierney? You know, he's gone down holding his face a few times when he's been barely touched. But anyway, Arsenal coming forward now down the far side with Nicolas Pepe. He does well, but runs into trouble. But the ball falls to El Neni, who dinks one over the top to Smith Rowe on his far side. We've got 2 players in the box. Smith Rowe's cross is deflected by Gary Cahill. Good work again there from Arsenal down that right-hand side. Pepe initially, then El Neni dinked the ball over to Smith Rowe. Aubameyang and Saka were both making runs into the box, but the cross was deflected behind by Gary Cahill. It is a corner to Arsenal, second corner, 12.5 minutes played. This one's over on the far side, Arsenal's right. I think Saka's gone over to take it as well as he has. Looks like he's going to whip it in. Be an in-swinger this with his left foot. There's a bit of pushing and shoving in the penalty area, and it might be an end-of-season game, but these players are certainly taking it seriously in there. You know, there was that challenge just before by Ward on Tierney, so it means something to these players. Saka's ball in. Oh, it was a header by Koyata, I think it was. It's found Aubameyang on the far post, but he couldn't get the ball across. But Arsenal have managed to win it back again. So burst forward from Smith Rowe towards the edge of the penalty. Of course, he scored in the last 2 league matches, hasn't he, Smith Rowe? Can he get 3 in a row? He'll be doing a Joe Willock soon, won't he, if he carries on like that? It's down that far side with Nicholas Pepe, but it has gone out for a throw to Saka, sorry. It has gone out for a throw to Crystal Palace. So, yeah, Smith Rowe, he scored 2 in a row, hasn't he? Last 2 Premier League games, of course, against West Bromwich Albion, of course, and Chelsea. Those 2 good victories that we had, we won 3 actually in a row in the league. It was Newcastle before that. Unfortunately, none of that's really that important when we lost the Villarreal tie, didn't we, in between all of that. So it makes these last few league wins even more frustrating for me. What might have been, I suppose, a case of, isn't it? And that's probably been the story of the season, really, hasn't it? What might have been. You know, we should have been doing a lot better in the league, and we could have done better in the cups. Anyway, we come forward again here. This is a good run. Aubameyang on the edge of the penalty. Tries to fed it through to Saka, but just couldn't quite find his man there, and Crystal Palace managed to clear it away. But Thomas Partey wins it back in midfield for Arsenal. He's looked better the last couple of games, hasn't he, Thomas Partey? But again, with no pressure on the game, it's difficult to judge, isn't it? You want to see your best players play well in the big games when it matters, not in these almost meaningless end of season kickabouts, which is essentially what they are, I suppose. But 2 wins could sneak us into Europe still. It could. If other results go our way, we are reliant on that, of course, because we've got ground to make up. We did start the night in 10th place, of course, in the Premier League. So a lot of ground to make up in these last 2 games. But that's a good ball there. It finds Nicholas Pepe on this far side. Tries to wriggle past his man there, Mitchell, but it's Smith Rowe now takes over. Actually, it was Chambers, plays it back to Pepe into Thomas Partey now. Thomas Partey twists and turns into Smith Rowe, finds Pepe on the edge of the penalty area, but Crystal Palace defend that well. It only comes to Thomas Partey again. Now he finds Saka in central position. Aubameyang now on the edge of the penalty area, tries to get a shot in, but it was blocked. Of course, it was Aubameyang got sent off in his fixture last season, didn't he? That 1-1 draw. He had scored in the first half. Early goal gave us the lead. And then he was sent off. And Crystal Palace, of course, ended up getting a draw. That was, of course, in the very early stages of Mikel Arteta's reign, wasn't it? Actually, it was one of his early games. I think it was January 2020, wasn't it? That last season's match here. Of course, it was found in the stadium as well. It was before all the lockdown stuff happened. But Townsend there was trying to get the ball across. It was good defending from Rob Holding, although it looks like it actually might be a free kick. Of course, Townsend, a former Tottenham player. Not really sure if that is a free kick, is it? I think Townsend more ran into Holding, but I do think it has been given as a free kick to Crystal Palace on the left-hand side of the penalty area, about 10 yards in from the touchline. So it's dangerous position, actually. A nice chip ball into the box could cause us a few problems. Looks like it's going to be Townsend to take it, actually. Crystal Palace have got some height in their team, haven't they? With Koyate, with Cahill, Tompkins, of course, Benteke as well, who's very good in the air, isn't he? Scored a really good header at the weekend. So, yeah, it's going to be a good ball here. Could cause a few problems to to the Arsenal defence here, but let's see what happens. It's going to be Townsend to take this free kick on that left-hand side. About 5 yards in from the penalty area and about 10 yards up from the touchline. Let's see what he can do with this delivery. Whips it in towards the 6-yard box, but it was an Arsenal who got that way. Gabriel, I think it was. And Saka tries to complete the clearance, but not very far. It comes to Townsend. It's in the area. Oh, it was a good block there from Thomas Partey. I think it was Koyate, was it? Koyate was trying to get the shot away. Actually, it might have been Benteke. It looked like it just fell for the Crystal Palace man in the penalty area, but Thomas Partey came in, done really well, made a good block actually, and now Arsenal have managed to get it clear. It's going to be a throw on the far side, but a really good block that was from Thomas Partey. We didn't really deal with the ball into the box. It came to Townsend, came across, and it was a great tackle actually. It was actually Schlupp that was bursting into the penalty area. Looked like he was going to get a shooting opportunity, but really, really good play that was from Thomas Partey. I say he looks like he's found some really good form actually in the last couple of games, when it's maybe a little bit too late for this season, but maybe it's a good sign for next season. He's maybe finally settling in, getting adjusted to the pace of the Premier League. So it might be a good sign, but let's see what happens. Of course, I'm sure there'll be some new players arriving in the summer and a few going out as well. As we know, quite a few of the players on the bench tonight could be leaving, couldn't they? Ceballos, Willian. Still don't know about Lacazette yet, do we? Erdegaard as well. He's not quite recaptured his form, has he, since his injury. But it's a goal kick to Crystal Palace, which Guaita is going to take, and he's going to take it long. Crystal Palace haven't really threatened too much in these opening 18, 19 minutes. Arsenal probably had the best opening of the game when Smith Rowe got cleared down that right-hand side, looking for Saka. But Crystal Palace now coming forward. It's Benteke. Good defending by Rob Holding, actually manages to pinch the ball off Christian Benteke. I say he's having a good season for Crystal Palace, isn't he? He went a long time, didn't he, without scoring many goals. But he seems to be back to his best now, doesn't he? I say 9 goals he's got this season, and he's got quite a few of them have been in recent games as well. He's certainly playing well at the moment, Christian Benteke. And he's done pretty well against us in the past, hasn't he? He scored a couple of goals against us in his career. A few, actually. Aston Villa he did as well, didn't he? Thomas Partey now finds Smith Rowe. He finds Pepe outside on that far touchline into Chambers. Back to Thomas Partey and back to Chambers. This is good. Smith Rowe now. Can he get a ball into the box? He can, but it's cut out by Gary Cahill. And now Mitchell will complete the clearance up towards halfway. And Benteke gets in front of Rob Holding, but the ball goes into the space behind, and Rob Holding's able to tidy that up. And Arsenal can come forward again with El Neni. Plays it infield to Thomas Partey. Dinks the ball over the top. That's a good ball again out to the far side to Nicolas Pepe. He's got Smith Rowe in the box. Smith Rowe tries to cross it in, and again, Cahill was there, uses his experience there. Thomas Partey with a shot from about 35 yards, which obviously wasn't going to reach the goal anyway. And Crystal Palace can now break themselves with Andros Townsend. Plays it out to that far side. Wilfried Zaha, of course, there's him and Pepe are both on that side of the pitch in this first half. The comparison between the two, of course, because it was Wilfried Zaha that Unai Emery wanted, if you remember, and we got Nicolas Pepe instead. And he hasn't quite lived up to expectations, has he? Kieran Tierney there commits a foul. I don't know, was that on Ward, was it? It'd be interesting if it was after what happened a little bit earlier. Actually, no, it wasn't. It was on Townsend. A little bit late there, Kieran Tierney. Perhaps lucky not to get a booking, actually. But what was it? Yeah, it was Andros Townsend. He's back on his feet again anyway, and he's going to be a free kick to Crystal Palace about 10 yards in, or a bit more, about 15 yards in from this near touchline. It's going to be taken by McCarthy towards that far post. But it was an Arsenal header, got to, but not very well, actually. And Arsenal don't really deal with that particularly well. We have got it away for a corner. It was Gary Cahill up at the far post. Very dangerous from set pieces, isn't he? He got a good header in a little bit earlier in this game as well. Shane's in the chat there. He says, I have a feeling this is the first and last time we see Uber in this kit. I think he wants out. his body language has suggested that for a while, but we'll see. Someone needs to buy him, I guess, if he's going to go, because he's got a big contract. Oh, that was Leno with a little save there. The corner came in. It was a header. Comfortable save from Leno. He made it maybe look more difficult than it was. It was Tompkins with the header on about the penalty spot. In fact, I think it was going wide anyway, but Leno got across there and saved it. Another decent corner from Crystal Palace. So they're going to be dangerous from set pieces, aren't they? Saka now coming forward for Arsenal down this near side. Maybe Arsenal can try and create something midway through this first half. It is still 0-0. We haven't conceded a goal in the Premier League, have we, away from home in our last 3 games? 3 victories as well. 3-0 against Sheffield United, 2-0 against Newcastle and 1-0 against Chelsea. Nenny there dinks the ball again over to that far side to Nicolas Pepe. He's got a lot of the ball over there. He hasn't quite managed to find a telling cross or pass yet. Wilfried Zaha was back defending against him. It is going to be a corner to Arsenal. Zaha's doing a good job there defensively for his team. And it is a corner on the far side. I think Saka is probably going to take this again. Chambers is up. Gabriel's up. Aubameyang's also inside that 6-yard box. What's the delivery going to be like this time from Saka? First one wasn't that great. This one curls in towards the 6-yard box. Gabriel got up, did he? But I don't think he managed to direct his header. But it's going to be another corner to Arsenal. Is it over on the near side this time? I think it was Gary Cahill got the final touch on that. And it has gone out. It is another corner this time on the near side for Arsenal. And again, Holding's up still. Gabriel's up again. Elneny's in the box as well. Elneny, of course, been playing quite well recently, actually, hasn't he? Elneny. He's a 100% player, isn't he? You got. It's difficult not to like him, isn't it? Even though he perhaps lacks the real quality that we need. But anyway, Saka's going to take this corner now on this near side. Actually, Anthony Taylor's coming across to have a word with a few players, Aubameyang and is that Ward for Crystal Palace. But anyway, let's see what this corner can bring. It is going to be Saka with it. Saka towards the far post. It's headed across the goal by Chambers, I think it was, but Crystal Palace again managed to get it clear and Townsend hammers it up the line. But there's no Palace player there. It was just Zaha, actually, but that was good play from Smith Rowe again. Striding forward. He's had a good first 25 minutes here. Saka now on his near side. Tried to cut back in and it was taken off him by Townsend. Townsend's hair kind of is strange, isn't it? It looks like he's got a box on top of his head. But anyway, sure he likes it. Very square, isn't it? The Max Headroom kind of hairstyle. Thomas Partey now twists and turns, trying to find a pass again. He finds Pepe on that right hand side. Pepe's been a good outlet. Plays it into Smith Rowe. Tried to drill it across. There was only really Saka inside the area, but Gary Cahill again dealt with that. He's having a decent game, Gary Cahill. He's been good at both ends of the pitch for Palace, hasn't he? Defending, and he's also been a threat from set pieces as well at the other end of the pitch. But Smith Rowe is getting into some good areas actually down that right hand side. This is Arsenal's 5th corner, and it is going to be from the far side. Again, it's Saka. This time, everyone's lined up just on the edge of the area. Let's see if this can lead to an opportunity. It's played in towards the near post. It's not really cleared away, and Guaita had to punch, but he punched it. He did, and it's gone out for a throw now to Arsenal on this near side. Wasn't a bad corner, actually. It was headed on at the near post by a Crystal Palace head. I think it was Koyate, and it put Guaita under a little bit of pressure there. He had to make a decision there, and he decided to punch it, and it has gone out for a throw to Arsenal, which Kieran Tierney has just taken and given it back to Gabriel. And he plays it into Rob Holding now inside the centre circle, just inside Arsenal's half. Gabriel gets it back. Plays it square to Thomas Partey, and again he's looking for that ball out over to the right hand side. This time it's going to be Chambers out there. He finds El Neni. And El Neni gives it back to Chambers. This was good. Can Chambers put a good ball in towards the near post? He can, towards Aubameyang, but again, a Crystal Palace defender flew in there. It was Joel Ward, actually, got across. Looked like Aubameyang was going to have an opportunity there to get a shot away. Great ball in from Callum Chambers. A low cross towards the near post. And Joel just got there in front of Aubameyang, actually. It's going to be another corner to Arsenal. We're building up the pressure now as we head towards the half an hour mark. We're taking this corner quickly. It comes out to Smith Rowe. He finds Saka. It's a chip ball in towards the penalty area. Again, it's a Crystal Palace head. This was Tompkins. And he finds Schlupp. He switches the ball from left to right, looking for Benteke. Actually, it was a poor Arsenal header, so the ball did actually fall to Benteke. Benteke gets it back, but Arsenal have won it in the centre circle. And in fact, it's going to be a free kick to Arsenal now. Smith Rowe's gone down under a challenge from Benteke there. Wasn't really dealt with very well by Arsenal initially. And Smith Rowe did well, but he was fouled. And Arsenal have taken the free kick already. And we've now got possession inside our own half. 72% possession we've had so far in these opening 28 minutes, 29 minutes. But we haven't really created a clear-cut opportunity yet. We know we've had 5 corners, a lot of possession. We're ticking the good boxes in that sense, but we haven't managed to test the goalkeeper. In fact, we've only had 2 attempts on goal so far. Crystal Palace have had 3. And that kind of says where we are, and I suppose that really sums up the season. Pepe again, but he runs into Koyate, who does really well, actually. Strong play from the Crystal Palace midfielder. Good use of the ball as well to Townsend. Crystal Palace will do well to get out of this press from Arsenal, but they have got out of it, and the ball played forward towards Benteke. Got in front of Holding, but he won the ball well, and now Schlupp can come forward for Palace. Finds Koyate again, who's done well again, actually, the Crystal Palace man. It's going to be a free kick to Crystal Palace on that far side. I think it was Chambers who gave away that free kick. I think it was a foul on Zaha. Terry's in the chat there. He said, not too bothered if Uber goes, got more worried that we replace him with Kane. I have to start supporting Bay if that happens. Yeah, I mean, we're not obviously going to buy Harry Kane, are we? I don't think there's any question about that. We couldn't afford him apart from anything else. But the funny thing is, I mean, if we were signing, or if we were interested in signing a striker who had scored as many goals as Harry Kane has in the last 4 or 5 seasons, we'd all be delighted, wouldn't we? Saying, well, the club is showing ambition to buy a top striker. But because it's Harry Kane and nobody likes him, we don't feel the same about it, do we? Which is strange because, no doubt we will sign a striker in the summer. Oh, Aubameyang's in, is he? He's gone around the keeper. It's brought down. Surely that's a penalty and a red card for the goalkeeper. Oh, it was offside. Oh, Crystal Palace have got away with one there. Saka was played through the centre there. Got in between the 2 Crystal Palace central defenders. It's a lovely ball to him, actually, from Thomas Partey. Oh, that's a tight call. He goes round the keeper and he's then brought down. There was 2 covering defenders, so it might not have been a red card. But I think it would have been a penalty. Because he definitely took it round the keeper and he got caught. And I think that would have been a penalty. But I think VAR are checking this, are they, for offside? And I think they have checked it and it's been given as offside. Bit fortunate there, maybe Crystal Palace. It was a very tight offside, actually. We haven't seen the lines. They haven't shown us the lines on the pitch. But it did look very tight, that, actually. It was a lovely ball played through to him. I'm sure it was Thomas Partey with the ball through. And Saka's got in between the Crystal Palace defence and he was one-on-one with the goalkeeper, took it round him and got caught. But Crystal Palace now coming forward themselves. It's a shot from Schlupp. Oh, there's a good save from Leno. Been a big chance at both ends now. That was Schlupp there with the effort from about 20 yards. Right foot shot. Benteke set it up, actually, with some good hold-up play. And it was a shot into the ground. It was going in and Leno came across there. Got a strong left hand to it and tipped it round the post. And it is going to be a corner to Crystal Palace on this near side. So there's been a big opportunity at both ends here as we come up to 32 minutes played. It's been a pretty decent first half. It's been a decent game to watch. There's been, some decent attacking play from both teams. Not a lot of chances though, but there's just been one there for Palace. Now they've got a corner. They're going to be dangerous again, but Arsenal head that one away, but not very far. Send it back into the box this time. It's cleared away, but not very far again. The ball's back into the box, and Leno comes and collects it. He had to get over. Was it Emil Smith-Rowe who was there, and Leno jumped over his own player to grab that ball. And he's going to be okay. And Arsenal can just play the ball out from the back to El Neni. But a little bit lively there from Crystal Palace. Calls us one or two heart-stopping moments there. There was a great effort from Jeffrey Sloop just before, which produced a good save from Leno. That's probably the best bit of action in this first half, actually. Now Pepe again up against Mitchell. That's been quite a good match up there, hasn't it, between those two in this first half. Smith-Rowe now plays the ball back to Chambers into Thomas Partey. It's a good boy into this near side to Kieran Tierney. Plays it back to El Neni. Again, Thomas Partey threads the ball in. Oh, he tried to dink it there. Nicholas Pepe into Will Smith-Rowe, but he got not the right contact on it. It's gone through into the arms of Guaita. He's maybe a little bit fortunate not to concede a penalty just a few minutes ago with that foul on Saka, which was in the end ruled offside against the Arsenal man there, who's looking pretty lively when he's had an opportunity to run at the Crystal Palace defence tonight. Hasn't quite happened enough yet in this game, but that is going to be an outlet. And Pepe as well, who's got a lot of the ball, but not really managed to make too much happen with it, which kind of sums up his Arsenal career. But Crystal Palace currently coming forward, are they? No, it's an offside against Andros Townsend. Indeed, it did look as though he was offside. And it's going to be a free kick to Arsenal, which Leno has taken quickly. But yeah, just going back to the Harry Kane thing, and I'm sure we'll end up buying a centre forward this summer, which won't be someone who hasn't got anywhere near the goal scoring record that Harry Kane's got, and we'll be delighted, whoever it is as well, won't we? But anyway, I'm kind of with you. I don't really want us to get Harry Kane. Not that we would, because there's no way we could afford him. And that'd be if we did it, be our whole budget gone. And we need to strengthen in more than one place. And I think the midfield is a lot more of a priority. I'd rather spend the money in that area of the pitch than on one striker. But anyway, Kieran Tierney down left-hand side, slips the ball down to Saka. Oh, that's a nice back heel to Tierney. Tierney plays a cross in. It comes all the way across to the far post, and it's there. And it's Nicholas Pepe has scored for Arsenal. 36 minutes gone. Kieran Tierney with the assist. It was a good play actually down this left-hand side from Arsenal between Saka and Tierney. A ball played into the box, and it was Nicholas Pepe who arrived. You know, he'd had a lot of the ball in these early stages of the game without really doing an awful lot. Lovely back heel from Saka. Tierney's cross on the penalty spot it was, and and Pepe arrived with a first-time finish. And it deserves one of these. And it was a good finish from Pepe, actually. With his right foot as well, actually. So it's unusual for him to score with his right foot, but it is 1-0. And yeah, he's celebrating in front of the camera there. At the Holmesdale Road stand, and it is, as we see there, Crystal Palace 0, Arsenal 1. 35 minutes was the goal, and now there's been a bit of a head injury. And there's a bit of afters going on down in this corner between a few of the players. There seems to be a little bit of tension in this game. Actually, it's been bubbling over for a little while now. The referee's there now, and I don't know if there's going to be some cards handed out here. Is there? Benteke looks a bit angry, and Gabriel's involved as well. El Neni seemed to be at the heart of it. Just while we're sorting that out, Mark C in the chat says, get in indeed there. And a lovely cross and a neat finish. Exactly, yeah. Kieran Tierney, of course, with the cross. As you expect, good delivery from him. And looks like Benteke and El Neni have both been shown a yellow card for that altercation. Not really sure what happened, actually, but a few more players got involved. I think most were trying to calm it down, if we're totally honest. But Benteke seemed a little bit annoyed that he's got a yellow card. Let's have a look at it here. It was a ball played in. Benteke has... Oh, did he look like he elbowed Gabriele? I think he was just jostling for position, and then he reacted to that. So I think Benteke's got booked for the actual initial challenge. There's now going to be... Oh, and he put his arm towards El Neni's face, actually. Could be getting a red card here. I don't think he actually meant to do it. I think he was just trying to push him away, and his arms just caught him on the chin, or just under the chin. But it's going to be no red card. The yellow card's sufficient. And Arsenal coming forward again. Again, it was Tierney. Good space, don't really deal with it. It falls to Saka on the edge of the box. Saka coming through again. Oh, and it just couldn't quite fall over to that far side to Smith Rowe. Looking for his third goal in consecutive games for Arsenal. But there is a little nasty undertone to this game, actually. I'm not quite sure why. But anyway, there's been 2 yellow cards there, one for El Neni and one for Benteke. And it was Gabriel who was on the end of that initial challenge from Benteke, but he's fine and back up on his feet again. But it's Crystal Palace now coming forward with Andros Townsend. Cuts inside. He's in the centre of the pitch now, looking for some options. He's got Ward now coming forward on this near side. Can he get a cross in? He can. It's going to be a dangerous ball towards Benteke, but Arsenal managed to deal with it. Only falls to Townsend again. I think he was thought about having a shot then, but he was crowded out a little bit there from Aubameyang and Pepe. Zaha now over that far. So we've not seen much of Zaha, have we? And I suppose it's ironic that it's Pepe who's got the goal, of course. I say they've been coming up against each other down that far side in this first half. Obviously, Pepe's winning that particular battle at the moment because he's got the goal that separates the teams. But this is good play now from Schlupp on that far side. Can he get a cross in? The cross is blocked, actually, by Callum Chambers. It's gone out for a throw to Crystal Palace over on that far side. But yeah, Zaha's been pretty quiet, actually, in this game. Could be his final home game for Crystal Palace because he's not. He might be leaving as well, might he? But that's a good ball actually into the box. Comes back again. Oh, was that a foul on the edge of the box by Saka? No. Crystal Palace are complaining there. Zaha it was. Went down. He does like to go down. Maybe that went against him there. Not too sure. Saka did an awful lot other than just stand his ground, actually. And Zaha kind of went into him, but you've certainly seen free kicks given. It was outside the box. But cross again into Wolf. Benteke, who wins a header, but Arsenal do manage to clear the ball away. And it's now back with Tompkins. So as things currently stand, we are 9th. And only 1 point behind Tottenham on this last game. And they're in 6th place, but of course there is West Ham and Everton in between us. And Terry says there, that's the first cross we've put in the box and been first to the ball. Yeah, it is, you're right. And it's given us a goal. So we need to do that a bit more, don't we? And it was a great ball and a great finish. A right foot finish as well from Pepe. He doesn't get many of his right foot, does he? But he certainly did that one. That's 13 goals he's got this season. You know, it's a decent number, isn't it? And, you know, you want at least that many, don't you, from your wide players? You know, it's one thing that Saka's had a great season, but he does need to score more goals. Yes, Pepe takes penalties as well, but a couple of those have been penalties, haven't they? But yeah, Saka needs to score a few more goals from that wide position, doesn't he? In fact, Saka's just given the ball away to Townsend, who's bursting clear down this left-hand side for Crystal Palace. A good cross into the box again. Benteke maybe slips a little bit, and he couldn't direct his header other than into the arms of Leno. But that was a bit sloppy there from Saka, actually. He tried a little back heel on the centres, on the halfway line, and Townsend picked the ball up and started a dangerous attack for Palace. He's done well again, actually, in midfield. Is he looking at a move? He wants to come to Arsenal, so he's having a good game today in a position that we do need a little bit more mobility and strength, and he's provided that for Crystal Palace in this first half, actually. He's had a good game, Koyate, for Palace. He's on the ball again now. I suppose he would be a cheaper version of Basuma, wouldn't he? Not quite as good, obviously, but you get what you pay for, I guess. Townsend now, and it's near side for Palace. Whips across him, but Leno should get there in front of Benteke, and indeed he does. And good handling that was from Bert Leno. Of course, we know Benteke is going to be a threat, isn't he? Crosses into the box. That's what Palace are trying to do. They're trying to get the ball into the box at every opportunity that they can. And Benteke is always battling to get on the end of him, isn't he? But that one was a little bit too close to Bert Leno, who did well, to be fair. Good handling. So we've got 2.5 minutes now away from half-time. It's been a decent first half from Arsenal. Another good performance away from home, it has to be said. If only we could have transferred that to our home form, things could have been a lot different this season, couldn't they? But anyway, you know, people are saying, oh, it's because of the lack of fans. And, you know, that's a fair point, and it has affected a lot of clubs' home form. You know, look at Leicester, how many defeats they've had at home this season as well, and they're in the top 4 and won the FA Cup. And it has had an effect having no fans, but you'd have thought it would have evened itself out, and it doesn't seem to have done for us, does it? Our away form has been so much better. But anyway, hopefully next season with fans back in the stadium, we can improve our home form, and if we can keep, I suppose, you know, on the other side of that, I mean, maybe our away form has been influenced by no home fans in the stadium to help the home teams. You know, maybe that we took advantage of that. So maybe next season that's going to even itself out as well, and we'll see a more kind of usual season with teams winning more at home than away. But obviously tonight there are fans in the Crystal Palace Stadium and we're still winning away. So maybe that's me just talking rubbish again. But anyway, we shall see. Shane says, El Neni not a great player, but always gives his best. Indeed, love the way he reacts to Saka's been. No, I like El Neni. He isn't the best in terms of the quality that we need, is he? But yeah, he always gives his best, and it's difficult not to like him, isn't it? As a guy as well, he does seem a really nice guy, and he always gives his best. And Mark Z says there, we nearly gave it away. No, we have nearly given it away a few times, but we've managed to survive. And Russ says, big up, Richard. Yeah, cheers, Russ, for tuning in, mate. I hope you're well. Good to see you. Hope you're enjoying the game. It's always nice when we're winning. And we have played pretty well, actually, in this first half. We've been the better team, clearly, haven't we? You know, we've dominated possession. We've had one or two dangerous moments. We haven't maybe made the most of them, but we did get the goal. Well worked and well taken. And why is my computer keep wanting to shut down when I don't want it to? It's going to go into another update, which it did the other day at a watch-along, didn't it? But luckily, we're virtually at half-time anyway. There's going to be 3 minutes of added time at the end of this first half. And it is Crystal Palace 0, Arsenal 1. That goal from Nicolas Pepe. And I'll have to try and get it back on the laptop. Quite annoying when that happens. I don't know why it keeps just updating. But anyway, that's twice it's done it now. But anyway, let's not worry about that because I've got it on the other one. So let's have a look and see. So we're in the second minute of stoppage time out of 3. Crystal Palace now have got the ball with Ward put under pressure by Saka actually, but push it back and it goes back to Guaita in goal for Crystal Palace. The other computer's back now while all that's been going on. But Palace now coming forward at the end of this first half, looking for this equaliser. It's Andros Townsend, but that cross wasn't that great that time. It was headed away from Nicolas Pepe, but it's going to be a free kick to Crystal Palace. So can they get an equaliser right at the very end of this first half? I'm not even sure that Townsend was aware that Saka was behind him. But it was a foul there by Saka. And it is going to be a free kick to Crystal Palace. And I've got my other computers back. It wasn't off very long, was it? But it is a free kick currently to Crystal Palace, which Townsend is going to take. They're going to end this half on the attacker, Crystal Palace. Townsend's crossing to the box towards the far post, towards Benteke. He couldn't get a touch on it. Actually, it's gone out for a goal kick to Arsenal, and I think that's going to be that for the first half. Over hit that free kick, and Benteke couldn't get a touch on it. Although if he had done, he would have had a chance of scoring actually, because there was no Arsenal defender anywhere near him. But anyway, it has gone out for a goal kick to Arsenal. Terry says there in the chat, what's Pepe's goals to game ratio? It must be fairly good, as he didn't play that often. No, I think he's played a lot of games, hasn't he? And there goes a half-time whistle, actually. It is Crystal Palace 0, Arsenal 1. A good first half that from Arsenal, actually. Thought we played pretty well. We were the better team, and we got a good quality goal as well, built down that left-hand side. El Neni and Benteke are still in discussions about the earlier incident, but they all seem to be getting on a little bit better now. They did both get a yellow card, of course. But it is that goal from Pepe 10 minutes before half-time that separates the sides. Well-worked goal, actually. Saka back heel, put Tierney in. His lovely cross towards the penalty spot, and there was Pepe arriving with a right foot volley, actually, first-time shot, which went into the corner of the net to give Arsenal, I think, a deserved half-time lead. It has been a tight game, as we expected. Palace have looked dangerous on the counter-attack. They've looked dangerous when they put balls into the box for Benteke, and at set pieces as well. Gary Cahill's been a threat, but we have been the better team, and we do lead 1-0 at the break. What I'll do to actually, I'll have a quick look at Pepe's goals to game ratio, because I'm quite interested in that myself now that you mention it, because I don't think he's played most of the games, hasn't he? Let's have a look. So this season in the Premier League, he started 14 games and come on as a sub in 13, and he scored 6 goals in the Premier League. I don't think that won't include tonight, will it? So that's 7 goals in 15 starts and 13 substitute appearances. In the Europa League, he started 10 games and came on twice and scored 6 goals. In the FA Cup, 2 starts, no goals. In the League Cup, 2 starts, 1 sub and no goals. So in total, it's 29 starts and 16 sub appearances and 13 goals. So if you just count his starts, it's what 13 in 29. So it's not far off 1 in 2, is it actually? But and then 16 subs as well. So I suppose you're looking at what 44 appearances in total, aren't we? And 13 goals, 45 appearances, and 13 goals. Which for a wide player is not a bad. Isn't a bad total, is it? Last year he started 29 and came on 13, so a similar amount of games, and he scored 8. So he's definitely improved his goal output this season. Although I say 6 of them did come in the Europa League, generally against the poorer teams. But yeah, I mean, you can't really argue with those stats. I say for a wide player, it's pretty good, isn't it? Shane says there, Pepe has 13 goals this season, but still far off what he probably can score. Yeah, I mean, he should score more than he has, but his goals have improved. His goal output's improved from last season with a similar number of games, and that's a positive sign, isn't it? And Terry says there, he says, I agree, I was surprised he scored 13. Yeah, he has done well, but I say, when you think 6 were in the Europa League and I think 4 in the group stage in that really, really weak group that we had, you've got to take that into account as well. You know, it's 7 in the Premier League. Is that enough for a wide player with his undoubted quality? I don't know. Probably not. But you know, it's not a bad return, is it? You know, when we look back at some of the great Arsenal wide players in history, you know, people like Anders Limpar and Mark Overmars, you know, they would get somewhere around sort of maybe 15, 16 goals on a good season, wouldn't they? So he's not far off that, is he? Robert Pires, another one. He would regularly score 14, 15 in a season, wouldn't he? So, you know, Pepe's getting he's got those numbers this year, you know, and he's still got a little bit more time to add 1 or 2 more, hasn't he? You know, the next game and a half that's left. So there's definitely positives there, but I agree with Shane's comment there that he should be scoring a lot more. I mean, I think there's no doubt about that with the quality that he's got and with the positions that he's got himself into. He should have scored a few more, but 13 goals is an improvement on last year, and let's hope that can continue because we've invested a lot of money in him and we need him to be producing these sort of performances, and having those sort of numbers, next season as well. He needs to be getting 15 goals next season, doesn't he, as a minimum? In fact, if we could find 15 goals from two wide players and 25 for a centre forward, we're not going to be far away from being a top four team, are we, with those sort of numbers? And of course that's where we've struggled this season, isn't it, getting goals from all around the team, not enough from midfield, but at the end of the day we're let's have a look. I was just going to look on I'm going to look on, see the other scores at the moment in the other games that's currently going on. In fact, the earlier ones were finished. Well, Tottenham are losing 2-1 at home to Aston Villa. What a shame. Bergwijn gave Tottenham a lead, and then Reguilon own goal and Watkins. It's been 2-1 since the 39th minute, actually, and we're now into stoppage time there. Newcastle are beating Sheffield United 1-0 with Willock's goal just before half-time. And Everton have beaten Wolves 1-0 with Richarlison's goal in the second half. So in terms of the table then, currently as things stand, we are 9th on 58 points. Everton are 8th on we're 9th on 58 points. Everton are 8th on 59 points. West Ham are 7th on 59 points, but they are playing later tonight away at West Brom. And Tottenham are 6th with 59 points. So we're only a point off of 6th place as things currently stand. If Tottenham do lose that game, which they're seconds away from losing, and if West Ham were to lose tonight at West Brom, then we would go into the final game of the season. We'd be on 58. Everton, West Ham and Tottenham would all be on 59. So we could sneak into the top 6, couldn't we, if results were to go our way. But anyway, we'll see what happens. Obviously, if West Ham were to win, that would put them on 62 points. And we can only get 61. So assuming we win this and win our last game. So that would put West Ham out of our reach, wouldn't it? So that would mean the highest we could finish then would be a 7th, wouldn't it? But anyway, we need to win this game first. It is only half time, so let's not get carried away. But I just thought I would update you there with what's been going on and what is going on. Let's have a look at Tottenham games that finished yet. They're still playing, actually, by the look of it. Unless BBC haven't updated their scores, which would surprise me. Oh, it has finished. It's finished now. Aston Villa have won 2-1 against Tottenham. So even though we may not finish 6th, depending on, how West Ham get on and Everton, of course, in their last game as well, we could still finish ahead of Tottenham, which will be scant consolation if we're totally honest. But anyway, I suppose it's better than finishing below them, and it'd be ironic, wouldn't it? I suppose with the season that we've had, that if we were to finish ahead of Tottenham. But anyway, Shane in the chat there, do you think Arteta label Pepe as one of the players who have reached their limit? As he thinks, well, that's interesting actually. Yeah, maybe he does, because I don't know. Obviously, he's improved this season, hasn't he, to last season? I think he's improved his output in goals and assists, and I think his level of performance has improved as well this season. So I don't think he has reached his level. I think there is still more to come from him, hopefully. Can Arteta get that from him? That's the question now, isn't it, I suppose? But yeah, I'd be interested to know which players he meant. Of course, he kind of tried to pretend he hadn't said that, didn't he? Which was a little bit strange, because we all know that he did, because we saw the conference that he gave. But anyway, yeah, I don't know who those players are. We've all got our ideas, I think, haven't we? we've all got our speculation as to who we think he might mean. And yes, Pepe obviously could well be one of them, couldn't he? Because he's been frustrating for me, actually, more than anything. He has been frustrating. So, but anyway, let's see what happens. Right, what I need to do is I need to charge my phone and get a drink. So what I'm going to do is I will just pop off for 2 seconds, and then I'll be back for the second half. So, but it's been a good first half, hasn't it? It is obviously Crystal Palace 0, Arsenal 1. Nicolas Pepe with the goal. So I'll stay tuned. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. How you doing? Just back there. So I just had to charge my phone. It was running out of charge. So back ready for this second half now from Selhurst Park. If you haven't done so, please give the video a like. I know there's more people watching currently than have liked the video. So please give it a like if you like the show, you like the channel. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe as well. Obviously, as well as doing the watch-alongs, I do a few stuff on the history of the club. I follow the Arsenal women as well, and obviously do previews and reviews of the game. Tomorrow I'll be doing a review video of this game and stuff like that. So there's loads coming up on the channel. And as we kind of go down to the end of the season through the summer, I'll be looking at, I say, some historic moments in Arsenal's history and, you know, talking about them and doing a load of live shows as well. If you didn't watch the live shows that I did actually the last couple of nights about FA Cup finals, please check them out as well, because they're a really good show. Some great memories from the guests, absolutely brilliant. So definitely worth a watch there. And I say, please like the video, please like this show as well, because it does help the channel to grow, which is really important, and it helps more people to find the content as well, which is really good. As I said that, I see someone else has just liked it, which is great. So thank you very much. And I say, if you haven't done so yet, just give it a little click, and it does all help. So the players just coming out now for this second half as well. Hopefully Arsenal can finish the job that they've started in this game. Mark C says there, having seen the Villa turn over the scum, 3 points tonight will set us up for a grandstand finish on Sunday. No, it will. It'll be quite an exciting finish, actually, won't it? Unexpectedly exciting finish with the season that we've had. But we do need to finish this game, don't we? We need to finish the job here. It's certainly not done. Palace are a threat. They've been a threat at times in that first half, haven't they? So, we certainly can't assume that we've won. I do think we're going to need a second goal. And if we can get that second goal, then hopefully we'll get the 3 points. And I say it'll put us just 1 point behind Tottenham going into that last game of the season. Actually, I've got the fixtures. I was looking at the fixtures earlier. Tottenham they're away at Leicester. That's interesting, isn't it? Because obviously Leicester are going to need a victory in that game or need something to stay in the top four, depending on how Liverpool get on tonight against Burnley. So, our game's not easy against a Brighton team who've got a good record against us, actually, in recent years. But Tottenham away at Leicester. Wow. So, big incentive here for Arsenal to win this game tonight now and make sure that we really do get, put that real pressure on Tottenham, actually. Because if we were to finish above them, that would actually be quite hilarious. It's not going to make up for the terrible season that we've had, but it would certainly help, wouldn't it? It would help move things along and make us feel a bit better in the summer than we might otherwise do. But we have kicked off second half. Arsenal attacking the end, the goal to our right in this second half. So Crystal Palace are attacking the Holmesdale Road end, of course, the main home support end at Selhurst Park. Of course, this old stadium still got an old school feel to it, hasn't it? I know it's all seater and stuff like that. It's not quite as old school as it used to be, but it has still got an old school feel to it, hasn't it? And they've just had a chance there. Crystal Palace at the start of the second half. Benteke headed over for about 6 yards, cross from that far side from I think from Townsend, actually, and Benteke got in front of Rob Holding. It was Townsend with a cross, a decent ball. That's what they've been doing all night. And Benteke got in front of Holding, but headed over the bar. So there you go. Terry said there, I heard the other day, if you win the Confederation League Cup, you're entered into the Europa League the following season as your prize. Is that right? Or is it a rubbish? To be honest, I don't know. I've tried to avoid finding out too much about that Conference League because I don't really like the sound of it. But it's possible that they need to have some sort of incentive to make teams, pick a strong team and to make the competition worthy. So they're going to have some sort of reward for the winners, aren't they? And if it's, entry to the Europa League, then that's great. But realistically, we should be good enough to at least qualify for the Europa League in the league next season, shouldn't we? We shouldn't have to rely on winning that. That seems to me as though that would be a good opportunity for a club maybe who aren't going to be able to finish in the top six in whichever league they're in and wouldn't otherwise qualify for the Europa League to do it. An incentive for them. I mean, we should be strong enough in the Premier League to finish in the top six next season. If we can show any kind of level of consistency that we've lacked this year. But yeah, that could well be the prize. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. But obviously, if we are in it, then I will be obviously looking into it a little bit more and finding out exactly what it's all about and what the prize is at the end of it all. Should we win it? But we need to be in it first, and we've still got a chance, as things stand, of actually getting into the Europa League via the league. That would be absolutely amazing, wouldn't it? Incredible, actually, with the season that we've had. It would be remarkable, and it's still possible. But what we've got to do is now we've got to see off this second half and hope that West Ham don't win tonight, and then West Ham and Everton and Tottenham don't win on the final game. West Ham are at home to Southampton and away at West Brom tonight. You'd imagine they're going to get a few points there. So I think the top six is going to be beyond us. But seventh place could be enough for that Conference League. Everton are away at Manchester City at the weekend. Manchester City, of course, who seem to have, not bothered in the league anymore since they won it with the Champions League final coming up. So you can see Everton maybe getting a result there as well. So we may be just fighting to finish above Tottenham on the last day. You never know. Stranger things have happened. but we need to win this game first, and then we can worry about Sunday and all the implications of the result of that game, what they might lead to or not lead to, depending on how things go. But anyway, at least it's a slightly more interesting into the season than we were maybe assuming it was going to be. So I suppose that's something to take from it. But we've played 2.5 minutes of the second half, and we haven't really got going yet. Actually, it's been all Crystal Palace, and they are attacking the end of, I say, the Holmesdale Road end with their vocal supporting, and I say the fans are in the stadium, of course, tonight, as you know. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this second half plays out. But Arsenal in possession now. Callum Chambers on this near side, striding forward towards halfway. Looks like he's been working out at the gym. He looks like he's put on a bit of beef, actually, Callum Chambers. But anyway, Rob Holding's currently got the ball in the middle of the pitch. He's just moving in towards the centre circle and then clips the ball over to the far side, looking for the run of Tierney, but actually Crystal Palace giving the ball straight to Tierney. Now Aubameyang, he's not really been into this game at all, has he? He's crowded out on the edge of the box, loses the ball, and Crystal Palace get it away. And yeah, really poor again from Aubameyang. But Thomas Partey has picked it up for Arsenal now in the midfield. He's had a good game, Partey, tonight again. Need to give him credit for that. El Neni switches the play to this near side to Nicolas Pepe, takes a good touch. Obviously, Pepe's got the goal. He's done all right tonight. He's a lot of the ball. Typical of Pepe, though. He often has the ball a lot and does very little with it, but he does produce one or two moments of quality, which he did, obviously, for the goal, which is the goal that so far separates the teams and is putting us in another winning position away from home. Could this be a fourth away win in a row? But a long time since we've probably won 4 away games in the Premier League consecutively. But anyway, Thomas Partey now plays the ball to this near side to Smith Rowe. He's played well tonight as well. Finds Pepe, the goal scorer, cuts inside, whips the ball with his left foot towards the far post, but it is too close to Guaita, who just catches that and throws it out. Not the best of crosses, actually, if we're honest, from Pepe there. Cut inside from the right, as he likes to do, get it onto his left foot. But he got too much curl on the cross and it came too close to the goalkeeper. But Arsenal are back in possession again with Callum Chambers down his near side. He's done all right again tonight, hasn't he? He's kind of settled into that right back position. Wasn't quite sure how he would do there when he first started playing there a couple of months back, wasn't it? The game at Burnley, I think it was his first game as a right back this season, wasn't it? And he did okay there, and he's actually settled into that position well. But I still think we need to buy an actual top quality right back, going forward. He's a good cover for that position, and it's good that he can cover there. I'm not quite sure what Cedric's done wrong. He hasn't really got a game, has he, since that? Was it a Europa League game, or was it the Premier League game against Fulham? Wasn't it when he gave away the ball? Anyway, Smith Rowe now's coming forward for Arsenal in the middle of the pitch. Finds Pepe again on his near side, just inside the penalty area. He's got Chambers outside him. Chambers whips across towards the far post, but it's a Crystal Palace defender there. Walled it was in front of Aubameyang. It's going to be a corner to Arsenal. You have to say, Aubameyang body language is really, really poor in this game. Was it Shane said earlier, he thinks this might be the last time we see him, the only time we see him in this lemon kit. But again, you see, he didn't attack that ball. He just allowed Wall to get there first and head it behind for a corner. And his all-round body language, I think, has been really poor in this game again. No doubt he'll score now, I've just said that. Corner whipped in there from Saka. But again, Crystal Palace do get it away. We're not very far. Smith Rowe's now picked it up again. He's come back to Kieran Tierney, who's strangely over on his right-hand side. He's getting a bit of a boo off the crowd, probably for the incident involving Ward in that first half, of course. Right in front of those Crystal Palace fans behind the goal, which is something I didn't think I'd be saying, to be honest. Crystal Palace fans behind the goal. It's been a long time, hasn't it? This is, of course, the first watch-along that I've done with this number of fans. And, of course, there was a couple at the Emirates, wasn't there, earlier in the season, a couple of thousand were in for a couple of games before Christmas, but nowhere near as many as this. And it is nice to see a crowd. It is nice to, obviously, I can't hear much atmosphere because I've got the sound down, but, getting a feel that there are fans in the ground and stuff like that. And it's good, isn't it? It'd be better when there's away fans in as well, because I do think that adds to the atmosphere and stuff like that. And it's nice when you've got your own fans there when you score as well. But anyway, coming forward again now, Thomas Partey on the edge of the box. He tried to dink it through to Saka. Maybe that might have been the opportunity to try a shot, but Partey actually wins the ball back. He's played well, Partey, tonight. I've got to give him that. I've been a bit of a critic of his because I don't think he's really set the world alight as he this season. But he's had a good game tonight. He's played well, and whenever anybody plays well, they need to be given the credit they deserve, and he certainly has tonight. So, and he did against Chelsea as well. Pepe now again down his near side. He's had a lot of the ball, a lot of joy against Mitchell, of course, the young Chelsea left back. He's got past him again. Pepe, can he get the ball into the box? He can, into the near post, but it was well defended actually by Gary Cahill. Well, that's a poor clearance. Only finds Thomas Partey, pings it into Saka, and he couldn't quite get it under control, and Palace have cleared it away. But we're getting back on top now in the second half. We were most of that first half. We dominated the possession, and after a slow start to the second half, we're now back in control of this game. But obviously, as we've seen, we need a second goal. We've seen it happen too many times where we haven't got the second goal and we've ended up being punished for it. But remember, we haven't conceded a goal away from home, have we, for a very long time? This will be, well, it's over 3.5 games now since we last conceded away from home, which was, I believe, the game at Leicester, wasn't it? No, West Ham, wasn't it? It was, that's right, that first half at West Ham, the first 25 minutes, we conceded those 3 goals. Since then, we haven't conceded a goal away from home in the Premier League, which is a pretty impressive run. Yes, I know we haven't, we've played some of the teams at the bottom end of the table, such as Sheffield United and Newcastle, but we did, of course, keep a clean sheet against Chelsea last week, and we are keeping a clean sheet here against Crystal Palace as well. And, we've only conceded 38 goals in the Premier League, and if we keep a clean sheet here today and on Sunday, that's one goal a game, and that's actually a decent record, isn't it? It's only Manchester City and Chelsea that have conceded less. It's just at the other end of the pitch, isn't it, where we've let ourselves down. I mean, that's only the 51st goal in the Premier League that we've scored, that one from Pepe in that first half, which is not enough, is it? If you really want to change, you've got to be looking at scoring 65, 70 goals in the Premier League, haven't you? I would say to really, with the defence that we've got, that if we can only take a few more risks. Yes, I believe we've conceded less goals because we aren't taking the risk going forward, and I think that's probably why. But having said that, we have got a quality in the attacking third. So if we can get it working next season and still be, still concede the few goals that we have, then we're going to have a chance. Anyways, Zaha now coming forward down his near side into the penalty area, tries to get the ball across, but it was actually 2 players there. It was Pepe, works hard actually defensively, and was it Callum Chambers as well? But Zaha there, that's unusual for him in this game to get a run. He got a good run actually down this near side. First time he's been able to really run at players. He did get past Pepe initially, came into the penalty area, but he was faced with Callum Chambers, and Callum Chambers blocked the cross, and then Smith Rowe was able to complete the job. We've now got a throw on this near side, about 10 yards in from the corner flag, which Callum Chambers is going to take. But that was a little bit more dangerous from Zaha. He's been pretty quiet in this game, let's be honest. Pepe's definitely won that battle without a shadow of a doubt. And maybe it might stop all the Arsenal fans talking about we signed the wrong winger. But I think over the last few years, I think Zaha's certainly had more of an impact in the Premier League. But Pepe has improved. We were saying that at half time, and he has improved. Let's have a look. It says here, if we don't throw away Wolves, Fulham and Burnley games, or if we didn't throw away Wolves, Burnley and Fulham games, we probably could be 4th. It really is a strange season. No, you're right, Shane. It has been a strange season, and yes, the amount of games that, especially at home, the ridiculous, the Burnley game as you mentioned, and yeah, we lost at home to Wolves. We lost at home to Leicester to a late goal, didn't we? That was disappointing. That's another, points that we've thrown away there. We only drew 0-0 at home to Crystal Palace. Maybe we should be looking at beating a team like that, shouldn't we? Really, even away from home, we've had some poor, defeats. Everton, when we got ourselves back to 1-1, and then we conceded a soft goal, didn't we, to lose that one, and that Wolves game when we should have been 4-0 up at half time, and then it all went wrong. Loads of points that we've dropped. Aston Villa, that soft early goal, we couldn't get an equaliser, and there's been far too many points that we've dropped. And yeah, we could have been top four, but that's what the league's about. It's about consistency, and it's about picking up the results. That was Tierney that actually drove another cross into the penalty area, but Guaita got that one ahead of Aubameyang, who again didn't really attack the ball particularly well. Terry says there, this has been the most exciting part of our Premier League season, apart from our first game of the season, when we all thought a win against Fulham, we could win the league. Well, I'm not sure if we thought we could win the league, but I think we all thought we would do a lot better, having won the FA Cup, won the Community Shield, and then won away 3-0 in the first game. I think all of us expected us to be able to challenge it, to get back in the top four again, but it hasn't quite worked, has it? Mark C says, come on, lads, don't slack off and start tippy-tappy football. No, let's get the second goal. That's what I want to see. I want to see us get that second goal, and then hopefully then we can relax a little bit more. But Palace are, there's half an hour to go, and Palace are going to be dangerous. They are going to pose a threat. We know that, and we've got to be switched on. They've got a throw in the attacking third at the moment. Mitchell on his near side. Jeffrey Schlupp, who's done well again. But I don't think Mitchell will keep it in, will he? Oh, he has. He's dug out a cross, but Leno's going to get there ahead of Benteke. He's done well, actually, Leno. He's dealt with these crosses pretty well tonight. In the past, he's been maybe, it's been thrown at him that he doesn't come and claim the ball. He punches, or he's not commanding. But tonight, all the crosses that have come in, he's dealt with really well. In fact, that ball had gone out before Mitchell crossed it, and it is going to be a goal kick to Arsenal. But Leno did well to take the cross anyway. And he's done that a lot better tonight, actually. Pepe there was kind of crowded out by Koyate. He's lost the ball. He's still down, Pepe. I don't think it was a foul, but now it is a foul to Crystal Palace. It was Thomas Partey on Zaha. It was a coming together there. I think it was the right decision, actually. When Thomas Partey crashes into you, you've been crashed into. And Zaha is maybe expecting a yellow card for Partey. But anyway, Pepe's still down in the earlier incident with Kouyaté. He's now slowly getting back to his feet. I think he's realised that he's not got a free kick, so he is getting up. And the trainer did come on, and Pepe's now got up, and the trainer's going off. I'm not sure whether that means Pepe's got to go off the pitch now, even though he didn't technically receive any treatment. But anyway, he seemed to be waiting until he was going to get a free kick, and when he realised he wasn't going to get one, he decided he might as well get up. I don't think he was that badly hurt. Anyway, it is free kick now, dangerous position, just on this left-hand side of the penalty area. Andros Townsend is standing over it for Crystal Palace. We know he's got a good delivery, and they've got people that will attack this ball. Cahill's in there, Benteke, all lined up just on the edge of the penalty area at the moment. This is going to be a dangerous moment, this, for Arsenal. Townsend put the ball into the box. It's Benteke, and they have scored. We said it was going to be a dangerous moment, and it has been. Benteke there, a diving header. Good ball in from Townsend, and a poor free kick to have given away. And Crystal Palace fans behind the goal do have a goal to cheer. It's been a long time since they've had a goal to cheer, those Crystal Palace fans. And that's getting one of them, I'm afraid, because we're not really happy about that, are we? Good delivery from Townsend, and a diving header from Benteke. Another goal against Arsenal for the Belgian. And that's a good header, to be fair. Wasn't great defending from the free kick, but sometimes when you've got a ball like that played into the box, it's difficult to defend that, actually. And it was a good header. It's actually gone to VAR. Oh, I think it might be an offside. Is it possible offside? I was just going to update the score, but I might just wait 2 seconds. He left El Neni and Gabriel on the floor. Actually, he didn't foul him, I don't think, but I'm not sure whether this is going to get ruled out. It was a good header. No, it's been given. It has been given. It has been given. So yeah, just to confirm, the goal has been given. It is Crystal Palace 1, Arsenal 1, and suddenly the prospects of catching Tottenham now doesn't look so good. Mark C says they're weak and poor defending. It was, but those balls, when they're put into the box like that, are difficult to defend against. They are, and yes, he knocked two of our defenders out of the way as though they wasn't there, and we needed to be stronger than that. But we're making a sub now, actually. Bukayo Saka's gone off, and Martin Odegaard has come on. I don't know whether Smith Rowe's going to go to that left-hand side, possibly. But, I mean, we don't – obviously, you didn't want us to concede a goal and we want us to win this game, but there is something that's quite – makes me quite happy seeing fans celebrating a goal again behind that goal there. Obviously, it's not the goal we wanted to happen, but it is good to see that. Actually, it's quite an emotional moment, isn't it, to see fans behind a goal again celebrating a goal like that in a game that we're involved in. Unfortunately, it's gone against us, but let's hope we can get another one. But Palace now actually are in the ascendancy. Zaha again finds Townsend, and Townsend whipped in a shot there, but it's gone high over the bar. And it's 65 minutes played. It is 1-1, and it's not looking as rosy as it was. I said we needed a second goal, actually, and in fact, Crystal Palace are claiming a penalty there because Rob Holding maybe just touched Wilfried Zaha, who, of course, he went down as though he'd been fouled completely, which you'd expect him to do because that's what he does. He was maybe very, very slightly nudged, or actually he did grab his arm, actually, Rob Holding. And Zaha went down to make sure the referee knew about it, but I don't know if it went to VAR, but it wasn't given. So he says, I like it. We ain't seen that one before. No, the other team haven't scored a goal against us, have they? In all the games since I made it. So I've been waiting to use it because I didn't want to have to use it. But as I have made it, I might as well give it some airtime for the first time, and I managed to use it twice as well. Anyway, we are now 3 points behind Tottenham. So, and they have got a much better goal difference. So if we don't now win this game, St Totteringham's day is probably not going to happen. So it's even more important that now we do get this winning goal. There's 23 and a half minutes to play, obviously plus some stoppages as well. I say Martin Odegaard has come on for Bukayo Saka, and I think he's looks like he's playing more in a number 10 role, and Smith Rowe's gone over to the left, despite having a naturally left-sided player in Martinelli on the bench. But anyway, I don't know quite sure what he's got to do to get a game in this team, Martinelli, if we're totally honest. But anyway, Aubameyang now on this far side, but he's just beaten to the ball there by Joel Ward, who heads it back to Guaita. And Crystal Palace goalkeeper now is going to wear an all pink kit, actually, or I suppose you could call it maybe salmon pink, his kit. And he clears long, but it's an Arsenal head on the end of it. Gabriel, it was Thomas Partey there, loses out, actually, and now Crystal Palace coming forward again. Looking for, it was a ball there played across the box from Benteke, looking for Zaha, actually, but Arsenal managed to deal with it. But we've gone to pieces, actually, since conceding that goal. We looked so we were in control of this game, and since they scored, we haven't got out of our half. It's been all Crystal Palace, and they look the more likely team to go on and win this now. But we just need to settle down and get our composure back again. We were on top, wasn't we? A long spell of this game. And even at the start of the second half, we looked as though we were on top possession-wise. But the goal has knocked us back. And you can see how fragile our confidence is, actually. We can see the goal and suddenly we look as though we're back to the poor form that we've been showing for a lot of the season. It just goes so quick, doesn't it? The confidence, and that goal seems to really set us back. But we still got over 20 minutes to play. And I say we have made a sub with Erdegaard coming on. I'd like to see Martinelli get a decent run in this game. Maybe in the next 5 minutes or so, get him on. He's obviously capable of causing problems, isn't he, for Crystal Palace? We haven't caused them enough problems, really, apart from the goal and one or two half opportunities. We've not really created enough opportunities again, and it's been the story of the season, hasn't it? We're not creating enough chances, and that's why we're not scoring enough goals, and that's why we haven't won enough games. But Crystal Palace coming forward again. Zaha there with a cross got deflected off Gabriel, I think it was, or was it El Neni? But anyway, it's gone out for a corner to Crystal Palace. I wonder who's going to be their manager next season. Talk of Frank Lampard, isn't there? Possibly taking over there. It'd be interesting to see what happens there, wouldn't it? Arteta might be available yet. We don't know, do we? Maybe a club like Crystal Palace would be a good club for him to be at, actually, to maybe learn his trade a little bit more, rather than he's thrown straight into the deep end with Arsenal, hasn't he? And he's not really been able to cope. But Benteke again's got him clear inside the box. Oh, but Arsenal somehow managed to get the ball clear again. Rob Holding misjudged the flight of the ball in the air, which he tends to do quite a lot. And Benteke got him behind him, a good touch on his chest, and it was Callum Chambers, actually, and then Leno made the save. Got away with that a little bit, actually. But anyway, so we look as though we've completely fell apart in this game since we conceded that equaliser. Just if you haven't done so, please give the show a like. If you haven't done so already, I can see there's more people watching than have liked it. So just give it a like. It just takes a second, and I say it does help. It helps YouTube to know that the show's been watched, and it helps more people to be able to find it a little bit more easier as well, or the channel, if people are looking at it, looking for it. So Pepe now coming forward down this near side. Arsenal looking to try to get back into this game again. So we've been poor since they scored. Aubameyang, who's not giving us anywhere near enough as a centre forward tonight. Chambers plays it in to Smith Rowe. Now to Pepe on this near side. Can he get across? And he comes back onto his left foot. Finds Chambers into Smith Rowe. Chambers goes for the return. Smith Rowe doesn't give it straight back to him and goes out to Pepe instead. At least we're keeping possession in this final third now. Can we get the sort of crossing that we need? Comes back to Rob Holding. Down to this near side to Nicolas Pepe. Cuts inside. Thomas Partey now. Is he going to try a shot from 30 yards? No, he pinged it over to that far side. But he's overhit it, looking for Kieran Tierney. He can't quite get the range of his passing, can he, Partey, still? He does put the ball out for a lot of throw-ins. And as it was mentioned on the show the other night, he gives away a lot of free kicks as well. And, of course, he gave away the free kick that led to the equaliser. Mark C in the chat there. What is up with Partey? He's passing his way off tonight. I thought he was actually having a decent game, but it's certainly, as the longer it's gone on, the worse he's got. And that seems to have been an issue with him as well. I don't know if it is a fitness thing, possibly. Maybe mentally he gets tired and he can't then, keep the level of performance up. But yeah, some of his passing is poor. It's been poor all season. And it is something that needs to improve because, we've given the ball away in dangerous in what would be a dangerous position for us to be in. We've just given the ball away because his passing's been off, and it's happened a lot, and it does need to be sorted out because it's the only way we're going to be better in the final third, isn't it? The passing does need to be better. Not just Thomas Partey, I think in general, but he seems to have been one of the biggest culprits actually. And he just passed the ball straight out for a throw in just a moment ago, which ended another Arsenal attack. But we've got a throw in now on that far side. Kieran Tierney finds Smith Rowe. We've got a lot of attacking talent on this pitch still. If we can get them in the game a bit more, we still have an opportunity to get the 3 points, which would keep St Tottering's Day alive going into the final game of the season. It's been alive a couple of times in recent years, hasn't it? But we haven't quite managed to do it. Let's hope this year might be different. But for that to happen, we've got to win this game. Draw's not going to be good enough. We do need to win. And if we do, we'll go into the final day just 1 point behind them. And they're away at Leicester, let's remember. We're at home to Brighton. So not that that's an easy game because we haven't beaten Brighton for a while either, a bit like Palace. Anyway, Lacazette's warming up currently for us. I haven't seen Martinelli. I would say Martinelli would be a good option to bring on in this game. But anyway, it's 73.5 minutes played. Mark C there in the chat says, Uber, no aerial presence indeed. He doesn't attack the ball in the air at all. We're working the ball out wide, but what for? He won't beat the Palace centre-backs to get ahead on it. No, you're right, he won't. And that's never been his game. The transition in the way that Arteta wants us to play, it seems like he does want to get the ball wide and get balls into the box more. We're certainly doing that a lot more now than we did maybe under Emery, and we did under Wenger as well towards the end. That wasn't a style that we played. But if we are going to play like that, then we do need a presence in the box who's going to at least attack the ball, like Crystal Palace have got with Benteke. You can put a cross in, and he's gonna be challenging for it. Oh, Martinelli's coming on, by the way. You know that Benteke is going to be challenging for it, but Aubameyang isn't. I wonder if it's going to be Aubameyang that goes off actually, because he got the ump last week when he got taken off, didn't he? But he's not done anywhere near enough in this game. He's been a passenger, and I would definitely take him off. Anyway, pass coming forward now. It's Zaha. Zaha's shot, but it's blocked by a combination of two Arsenal defenders there, Rob Holding and Callum Chambers. But Zaha, for a minute, it looked like he was going to be in. The ball briefly went loose, and Zaha maybe tried to get it when... It was a great touch, actually, from Zaha, that. But he had Holding and Chambers around him. He looked as though for a second he was going to get a strike on goal. But Chambers threw himself at it. He's actually defended pretty well tonight, Chambers. And Granit Xhaka's coming on as well. I wonder if it's going to be Partey that goes off, or will it be Elneny? But anyway, Smith Rowe now, Ødegaard, is coming forward for Arsenal. They do look quite similar, those two, don't they? But that was Ødegaard, and he's found Elneny. Now finds Pepe on this near side. I wonder if Pepe might be one to go off. Not quite sure what's going to happen with that yet. We'll see. 15 minutes to go. We've got two subs waiting to come on. Be interesting to see who it is that's going to go off. Aubameyang could well be one of them. He's just lost the ball again. And now Crystal Palace can get a break on, can they? No. Great defensive work there from Smith Rowe. Great cover. He's had another good game, Smith Rowe. What a talent he is. I mean, people have rightly said and praised Bukayo Saka for his performances this season, and he has been fantastic. But Smith Rowe, to me, has been the one player that's transformed this team. When he came into the side at Christmas, we were struggling. We couldn't score goals. We couldn't win. And suddenly he's come into the team, and it's turned things around. And we have performed a lot better in that period. And to me, it's been more down to Smith Rowe's presence in the team than anybody else. And he is a real talent, isn't he? He's the real deal, and we need to build the team around him. And it's great to see. But Thomas Partey, they have another ball. His Chambers going to get there. He doesn't, but we do manage to win a throw off Mitchell. Now we can get the substitutions made, I think. So let's see who's going off. It is going to be Martinelli and Xhaka that are the two coming on. And we'll see. In fact, I think Crystal Palace are making the substitute as well, are they? It's going to be Kieran Tierney coming off. Is Granit Xhaka going to play left back again? Looks like he is. Kieran Tierney's going off for Granit Xhaka, who looks like or we're going to go free at the back maybe. That could be an option. Put Xhaka in midfield. I think that might be what we're perhaps going to be doing. And it is Martinelli coming on as well. Be interesting to see who's coming off. Can't see the ball because it's not high enough. It's going to be Thomas Partey. So I think Granit Xhaka is going to go in midfield. I think we're changing the shape of the team. I don't know if Aubameyang's maybe spotted. If Arteta spotted the fact that Thomas Partey was looking tired and giving the ball away, and he's put Martinelli on. So just going to try and see how we're going to line up. Maybe Aubameyang's going to go to the... Well, no, probably Martinelli will go to the left, won't he? Aubameyang will probably go through the middle. and I think we're going to go 3 at the back with Xhaka in midfield and with El Neni, and then pushing the 2 wide players on. Anyway, Benteke is now going off for Palace as well. He's going to be replaced by Ayew. Benteke, of course, with the equalising goal for Crystal Palace. Diving header. It's his 10th goal of the season. He's had a good season for Palace, and of course he always scores against us, doesn't he? So it should come as no surprise that it was him with the goal. But so there's been a flurry of substitutions there, 2 for us and 1 for Crystal Palace, and we've got 12 minutes of normal time to play. We restart with a throw in that near side, and Rob Holding passes it straight out for a goal kick to Crystal Palace. Just while there's a little bit of a break in play there. If you haven't done so, please give the video a like if you're enjoying it. I see there's more people watching than have liked it. So if you're watching it and you're enjoying it, please just give it a like. It does help the channel to grow. And if you may be new here, you found it by accident, maybe, and you haven't subscribed, please maybe think about subscribing to the channel. Perhaps look at some of the other videos that I've done. I do a lot of watch-alongs and obviously match reviews and match previews, but I also cover the Arsenal women and the Arsenal history as well, because I think that's really important. So I'm sure there'll be some stuff that you enjoy, and if there is, please subscribe to the channel, because there'll be lots going on. I will be doing a review video of this game tomorrow that will come out on the channel, and then on Friday be obviously looking ahead to the Brighton game. I'm trying to get a Brighton fan on actually to look ahead to that game, the final game of the season, of course, and to talk about their season and our season. And then early next week, I'm going to be putting together a live show, a season review, looking back at the season, what we've all made of it. Maybe do it a month at a time, go through it per month, maybe give each month a mark out of 10. Wouldn't have thought there'd be many months we'll get much more than about 3 or 4, but anyway, the odd month where we did play well a bit more consistently. So we do that probably early part of next week, a season review, and I'll probably put a video together as well, looking back on the season as well, maybe player ratings for the season and stuff like that. So there is loads of good stuff to come on the channel, even though the season's finishing. And through the summer, I will be doing some more stuff on the history of the club, some great events and some not so great events, and maybe the stuff that's that's formed the club as what we are today. The club that we all love to support. So there's a lot of that great stuff coming up as well. So I'll say please maybe subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And I'll say if you're enjoying the coverage of this game, which the second half's really gone away from us completely, but anyway, there is still time for us to win it. Please give it a like as well. That's would really help the channel to grow. And I'm on I'm 34 subscribers away from my next target, and it'd be nice to try to get somewhere close to that before the end of the season. I mean, I'm really grateful to everybody that supported the channel. You guys in the chat are fantastic. You always hear people like Terry and Mark C and Shane and others as well. It's been fantastic. I just want to thank every single one of you, all the people that subscribe to the channel as well, and everybody that supported this journey. That this is the first season that I've done this. I enjoy doing it. It's talking about Arsenal. I mean, what more could I want? So I really enjoy doing it, and it's been great. And the fact that there's so many people out there that have got behind it and supported the channel, supported what I'm doing has been great as well. I must admit, when I first started it, I thought that it'd just be me on my own chatting away, but actually it's good that there's a load of you guys in the chats and dropping comments in the other videos and stuff like that, and it's really great. And just really want to thank everyone really, and let's hope that we can finish the season on a little bit of a high, and we can be a little bit more optimistic and positive going into the new season maybe, but we'll see what the summer brings us. But Palace have got a corner, and the header comes in from Ayew there for about 6 yards, and Leno forced into a save again. Again, it wasn't great defending, was it, from Arsenal from a set piece? Ball came over to the far post. There was a header from Tompkins, I think it was, and it bounced in the penalty area, and Ayew got a head on it. He's their substitute, of course, who's come on. And ball into the far post. We have a chance now. Sonny's gone into it. It was Aubameyang, came in at the far post there, but he couldn't direct the ball into the net, but suddenly there's a flurry of chances at either end. That header from Ayew, and then on the counter attack, Arsenal, Smith Rowe played it to this near side. Callum Chambers whipped a cross in, and Aubameyang got on the end of it, but he couldn't divert it towards the goal. And Mark C says that attempt proves my point. He should have gone with a diving header, possibly. Yeah, I mean, that isn't the sort of service that we're going to get goals from Aubameyang from, is it? That isn't the sort of service he's going to thrive off, and it's a big, massive part of his game that it's probably too late for him to improve now at his stage of his career. But we need somebody. We need a plan B, don't we? So that we can change things when we need to. When we need a goal, we can get somebody on who is going to be an aerial threat and is going to, cause problems to defences from crosses. We do put a lot more crosses in these days, as we've said, and we just don't have anybody to get on the end of them, and it is frustrating. And it is an area of our game that if we can improve, we will score more goals, and subsequently we'll win more matches, and subsequently we'll be higher up the league. And it's as simple as that, isn't it? Football is a simple game, isn't it? You get the ball into the box, and you get someone attacking it, and you're increasing your chance of scoring a goal like that. And we're just not doing that enough. Well, we're getting the ball into the box quite often enough. We just haven't got anybody to attack it. And as Mark rightly says there, he's not willing to put it all on the line for us. No, he's not. He's not prepared to get hurt, is he, to get a goal? And Mark says, yeah, agreed. We need a third choice striker who can act as an old-fashioned target man. Yeah, someone like Giroud. He would be a good option, wouldn't he? Maybe someone a bit younger, a younger version of Giroud maybe is perhaps what we do need as a plan B that we can throw on. Now Crystal Palace have got a corner, actually, 5.5 minutes to play. We know they're going to be dangerous from this. Gary Cahill's up. It's Townsend, of course. It was his delivery for the equaliser. Again, it's a dangerous ball. Oh, it goes to the far post. Leno sort of half came and changed his mind. And now we've managed to get the ball clear, have we? Can we get a counter-attack going? Martinelli getting through down that far side. Warnes there, though. Gets there in front of Martinelli to stop the counter-attack. I mean, he was always favourite to get there, Ward. Martinelli had a lot of ground to make up, but at least he got there and put him under pressure. Shane says there, Edouard from Celtic would suit our game. My issue is, and it's unfortunately the issue that I've got, I don't think it matters who we buy, certainly in the attacking end of the pitch. While we've got this coach, I can't see us improving. And that's the problem. There's a load of players that we could buy that on paper look as though they would improve the team. But with the style that we're playing under this manager, I don't know if look at who's he got the best out of. He can't get the best out of Thomas Partey. He certainly hasn't got the best out of Aubameyang. He can't get the best out of Martinelli. If we buy another attacking player, say it is Edouard or whoever it might be, is he going to get the best out of them? He struggled to get the best out of Pepe. He's hit and miss with him, isn't he? There isn't many attacking players he's actually managed to improve or get more out of. And that kind of worries me, that if we do buy another striker, whoever it might be, is Arteta going to be able to utilise them properly and get them working well for the team? I'm not convinced he can, because he hasn't managed to improve any of our attacking players, has he? Smith Rowe is just an exceptional talent, and Saka as well. And I think it would take something spectacular to stop them progressing. But it worries me how most of the other attacking players have gone backwards under Arteta, and that worries me. If we're going to buy another attacking player, that's what concerns me. But anyway, I guess we need to buy one anyway, don't we? And hope that Arteta can get more out of him. But Pepe now trying to get clear down that right-hand side, but his cross is blocked. There's a comment there from Thomas in chat. He says, Richard, your enthusiasm and knowledge of our team is really infectious. Keep up the great work. Oh, thank you very much, Thomas. That's a lovely comment to make. Really appreciate that. It's just Arsenal have unfortunately taken up far too much of my life. I've got to be honest. I've spent far too much time with Arsenal, then maybe neglected other aspects of my life a little bit too much at times. But I don't really regret it. I suppose it's been such a big part of, since I've been 10 years old. It's been such a big part of my life. So, but thanks for those comments. Really, really appreciate that. I'm glad that you're enjoying what I'm doing, and that's that kind of makes it even more worthwhile. I say I love talking about Arsenal, and I'd talk all night, and it's nice when people like yourself are appreciating and enjoying it as well and getting involved. I really appreciate that. That was a cross there from El Neni, but it was far too close to the goalkeeper. Guaita. We've got 2 minutes of normal time remaining. It's looking like we're going to drop some more points here. Mark says, here we go, tippy tappy sideways and backwards passing with 3 minutes to go, sling in the box. Yeah, no, exactly. But if we sling it in the box, what's going to happen? Who's going to win the header? It's not going to be one of our players, is it? That is the problem that we've got, as you mentioned before, and you're right. And it makes it difficult. This is why we've won very few games late on this season. The reason for that is because we don't. If we do sling the ball in the box, we've got no one to attack it. So we end up having to go backwards and sideways. And of course, you're not going to score a goal doing that. And it's a catch-22 situation, isn't it? I would be tempted at this point in this game, we'll say last couple of minutes, to sling one of the centre-backs up, into the box to try to get on the end of something. Gabriel, he's got a few goals this season. He's about the only one who really attacks the ball. Maybe sling him up for these last couple of minutes, or will it be Leno after what Alisson did for Liverpool the other day? Maybe it's going to be Leno going to pop up with a winner from a corner. Not sure what his heading's like, but anyway. Again, yeah, you're right, Mark. We are keeping possession sideways. There was a forward pass there from Holding, who found Xhaka, who's found Chambers down this near side. Now Pepe, El Neni, but we're not really making any progress towards a Crystal Palace penalty at this point. Chambers plays it back to El Neni. Are we going to get a crossing? There's not really anyone to hit anyway, as we've said. Comes out to Chambers. Now Chambers will put a crossing, will he? But it's blocked. And now can Palace get a break? We're in the last 30 seconds of normal time. He's now clean through. He's got the wrong side of Gabriel. Gabriel's back at him. Can I get a goal? He's turned well in the box. No, actually, it was Zaha. Sorry, it was Zaha who got into the box there. And again, he was claiming a penalty. He caused Gabriel a few problems there, did Zaha. But we've managed to defend it well. Now Martin at the other end looking to do the same for Arsenal. Again, he's forced back. It wasn't a great pass, but it has found Xhaka. Now he finds Ødegaard. Is he going to shoot? Pepe down his near side. He kind of tackled himself there, as Pepe does tend to do. Ødegaard again whips a cross in. He's come around the far post. Is it there, Martinelli? Is he going to score? He has. It's there, the last-minute winner. Gabriel Martinelli. Surely that's going to be the winner. We're into the last minute now. Ødegaard with the cross. And there was Martinelli at the far post. A last-minute winner. You've got to love a last-minute winner away from home. Roy Hodgson's looking very upset on the bench. Of course, his last game at home, as Martinelli just ruined it. Let's hope he has. It was Ødegaard with a cross, and we were patient. Martinelli came around the far side. He got a header initially and then beat the keeper and then just tapped it in. What a great moment for Martinelli, actually. Maybe proving a point to Arteta that he should be playing a lot more often. But a great moment that is, and what a fantastic... What a fantastic moment that is, a fantastic goal. And wow, a last-minute winner. What excitement. I was just saying we very rarely score last-minute winners. And what do? We go and score, it's gone to VAR, possible handball. Hang on a minute. Don't be doing this to me. Is it going to be given? Yes, it's been given. It's been given. It is a goal. So why don't we just do this again? Fantastic. So 2-1. Wow, what an important goal that was there. Marty says, Martinelli, yes, take that indeed. And Shay says yes as well. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. Martinelli may be proving that perhaps he should be playing a little bit more regularly, or getting more game time, certainly. What a vital goal that could be in terms of keeping St Tottering's Day alive. If we can hold on for these final 2 minutes of stoppage time, we will be up 1 point behind Tottenham going into that last game. They're away at Leicester, don't forget. We're at home to Brighton on Sunday. I'll be bringing you all the drama here on the channel as well. Mark C says, yeah, we sling it in the box and look what happens. Yeah, we do when we've got someone attacking it, someone coming in and attacking it. What happens? You score a goal. Martinelli's done more in the 10, 15 minutes he's been on than Aubameyang's done all game. And of course, he's got that, he's looking like now, going to become the winning goal. Arteta changed it. He changed the system of the team, went free at the back, and it kind of worked. And, we've managed to get the goal. We've just, we have, I was just saying it before, we have got that quality in the final third with the attacking players that we've got, and they've come good. Ødegaard with the cross, and then Martinelli at that on the far post there, flicked it over the goalkeeper initially, and then was able to tap it in to the empty net. His second goal of the season, his second Premier League goal of the season. Of course, the previous one was away at Sheffield United, wasn't it? A few weeks back. It does kind of, show that he should be in the team more often, shouldn't he? And then he's just gone down with a slight head injury there from Ayew. Just a moment before that goal, actually had an opportunity for Crystal Palace. Actually, no, it was Zaha, wasn't it, who ran through, and Gabriel and Tierney, I think it was, came back and denied him. And that was just before we got the goal. So Mark says it's clear who the players of our immediate future are and clear who's past it. You're absolutely right. I think we all know that, don't we? These young lads have been great, haven't they? And Martinelli hasn't been given enough opportunities for me since he's been fit. He's on the bench a lot. And he's one of those players that can give us something extra. We have played the 4 minutes of stoppage time now, so we're just a matter of seconds away from the full-time whistle, which will set up an exciting last day on Sunday, won't it? Which is going to be good. Pepe now, can we get a third goal? Pepe bursting into the penalty area. Pepe, can he score? Oh, he has. It's 3-1. Seals it. Last minute. Pepe again. Again, that little bit of quality, as I said, that we've got in that final third. Wasn't the greatest second half performance, if we're totally honest. It wasn't. But ultimately, that doesn't matter because we've got the goal. We've got the win. 2 goals in stoppage time have sealed this victory. That was a great effort from Pepe there. He's definitely won the battle with Zaha tonight, hasn't he? He's won it by quite a distance as well. 2 massive goals for Arsenal, including that one there, which is a fantastic goal, actually, cutting from that right-hand side, dribbled into the penalty area, 3 defenders around him, couldn't get the ball off him, and then a left-foot shot into the corner. I think the goalkeeper got a slight touch on it, but couldn't keep it out. That is a great goal, actually, from Pepe. Absolutely brilliant goal, and that seals the deal. And we are going to be going into that last day with the opportunity to overtake Tottenham. And Pepe again says, Mark, indeed it was. He's had a good game tonight. And there goes a full-time whistle. It is all over. Shane says, well done, Pepe, indeed. Well done, Pepe. 2 good goals for him tonight. Give Roy a glass of scotch. The fella looks like he needs it. Yeah, he does. He does. It's been a difficult night for him, and he couldn't obviously get the victory that he wanted to mark his last game. But it came good late on for us, didn't it, tonight in the end? It wasn't the greatest second half performance, if we're totally honest. We lost our way, didn't we, after that equaliser from Benteke midway through that second half, and it looked as though the game was going to go away from us. But 2 goals in stoppage time. First of all, for Martinelli, from Ødegaard's cross, and then a solo goal from Pepe to add to the one he got in the first half has made it a good night in the end for Arsenal. So not the greatest performance. We struggled at times in that second half, but it's all about results. Another away victory for us. That's 4 in a row now, 7 unbeaten. Our last 7 away games were unbeaten. That's a fantastic effort that is there from everybody. So yeah, brilliant stuff in the end. Dramatic away wins are always good, aren't they? It's actually saying there's no away fans in, but maybe that kind of showed there, didn't it? That even with home fans in the ground, we've got the quality to win away games, haven't we? Terry says there, how many times has the youngster saved Arteta's blushes this season? Well, constantly, certainly since Christmas. Terry says yes. Thomas there says, what excitement. Thank you, Richard, and good night, gang. Take care, Kicks. And the same to you, Thomas. Yeah, take care. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and hopefully I'll see you again for Sunday's game, and obviously some stuff I'll be doing before that as well. So thanks again for your comments tonight and for taking part in the show. Really appreciated it. And Mark, he says, it's all to play for now on Sunday. Indeed, it is. It is all to play for on Sunday. That is going to be exciting, isn't it? So what I'm going to be doing on Sunday is, first of all, I'm going to be trying to get some coverage from the protest. I'm going to try to see if anybody who's there can maybe come on the channel live and just stream a bit of stuff, what's going on there. And possibly someone who's in the ground. I don't know if any of you guys in the chat are going on Sunday to the game, if you've got a ticket. If you are and you wanted to come on the channel at some point from inside the ground, I can send you a link and you can click on it and you can come on the show and maybe stream some stuff from the ground, with the fans and all that kind of stuff. But I'll be putting some stuff out on Twitter to try to get some people involved, because I say that is what I want to try and do on Sunday for that game, to try and get a little bit of live interaction from the stadium, from the protest and from the inside the ground as well, if I can. I think that'll be good for something to put on the channel as well. And of course I will be covering the game as well as usual, but I'm hoping to get some stuff in beforehand from inside and outside the stadium. So I say, if any of you guys that are watching now are going to be going on Sunday, even if you're just going to the protest and not the game, or you're just going to the game and not the protest, and you want to come on the show just for 5-10 minutes, just to stream with your phone, to give everyone a feel of the atmosphere in the stadium and all that kind of stuff, that would be really great as well. So I'll put some stuff on Twitter anyway. So if you can help out on that, that would be really good. And otherwise, I will be covering the game anyway, as usual on Sunday. Tomorrow I'll be doing a review video of this game. Excitement in the end, looking a bit frustrating for a long time, but we got there. So I'll be doing that. That'll go out tomorrow. I'll record it in the morning and probably put it out by lunchtime. And then I'm going to be doing a show, hopefully Friday, getting a Brighton fan on to look ahead to that game, final game of the season as well, and get their thoughts on Brighton's season. Of course, they've survived another season in the Premier League. Of course, Graham Potter's a great manager as well. So really want to get a Brighton fan on to talk about that. So loads and loads coming up on the channel. So if you haven't done so, please like the video before you go. Give it a little like if you haven't done so already. And if you want to, you're interested in subscribing to the channel, the button's down in that corner there somewhere it should be. You can just click on that. You subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost anything, and it does help the channel to grow. If you do enjoy what I do and you want to donate to the channel, there is a link in the description as well. What I'm going to do, any money that gets raised that way is going to go back into the channel to upgrade the equipment. I want to get a green screen so I can have my new studio background, so you haven't got to suffer the shirt and the room that I'm in and stuff like that. So if you do want to donate to help me get some better equipment and to upgrade everything and to try to improve the quality of the streams that I do, then that would be much appreciated. As I say, there is a link in the description as well. Terry says there, what a great last day it's made. Yeah, it's made it a great last day. There's 1 point separating 4 teams, isn't there? Although West Ham are playing later, and if they win, that's going to put them out of our reach. But certainly, we'll be in. It's us, Everton, Tottenham, and even Leeds are not that far off, are they? Hang on, let's have a look. I got the league table up before, didn't I? Let me just have a quick look at the final league table. In fact, West Ham are losing to West Brom just before half time, so that's pretty handy. So at the moment, we're ninth on 58 points from 37 games. Everton 59 points from 37 games. West Ham are currently on 59 from 37, where they are playing that 37th game now. And Tottenham also on 59 from 37. So 1 point separating 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th. And even Leeds are on 56 points from 37 games in 10th. So should they win their last game, which is at home to West Brom, which you assume they will, they could finish on 59 points as well. If we was to draw, Tottenham, West Ham and Everton all lose, then we'd all finish on 59 points. And it would come down to goal difference. And our goal difference, unfortunately, is worse than Tottenham's by 7. So we would end up 7th if that was the case. But anyway, let's hope we win on Sunday. All the others lose and we finish 6th and salvage something at least from what's been a terrible, terrible season. Liverpool are winning at Burnley as well currently as we head towards half time, which means that Leicester have been knocked out of the top 4 again. It's not going to happen 2 seasons in a row for them, is it? I feel sorry for them if it does. But they've won the FA Cup, so I don't suppose they'll be too disappointed. But the Champions League is where you want to be, and they would have thrown it away 2 years in a row. But anyway, that's for another day. this has been, in the end, a really good night for Arsenal, isn't it? It has finished here at Selhurst Park. Crystal Palace 1, Arsenal 3. All the drama happened in the final couple of minutes there, didn't it? We took the lead 35 minutes. Nicolas Pepe scored with his right foot following a left wing cross from Kieran Tierney, drilled towards a penalty spot after linking up with Bukayo Saka. Crystal Palace equalised midway through the second half. A free kick given away by Thomas Partey. It was Andros Townsend from the left-hand side, whipped a dangerous ball in. Benteke with a diving header. There was a hint of offside in the build-up, but it was given by VAR, and that made it 1-1. And we lost our way for a bit after that. Crystal Palace had a couple of chances to maybe get in front, but we held on. And then in stoppage time, first of all, it was Martinelli got the goal to put us ahead again. It was a cross from Ødegaard from the right-hand side of the penalty. He clipped him with his left foot to the far post. Martinelli knocked it past the goalkeeper and then tapped it home. We went to VAR for a possible handball, but it wasn't, and the goal stood. And then a couple of minutes later, when Crystal Palace were pushing on for the equaliser, on the counter-attack, Nicolas Pepe from the right-hand side, solo goal, cut into the penalty area and fired into the far corner with his left foot to cap a great night for him and to cap a great night for Arsenal. So it's finished here at Selhurst Park. Crystal Palace 1, Arsenal 3. The top 6 is still alive. St Totteringham's Day is still alive. It's all going to be decided on Sunday. So stay tuned to the channel for all the drama from the final day. Not only will I be obviously doing a watch along of the Arsenal game, I will have all the other games, the scores up as well. And, we can decide exactly, what's going on elsewhere as well. It's going to be an exciting day. And I do want to try and get some live streaming from the stadium as well, from outside and inside. So I'll say if you're there, let me know if you want to come on. I can send you a link. And I will be putting some stuff out on Twitter for that. But that's all for Sunday. So stay tuned to the channel because tomorrow I'll be doing my match review. And I say looking ahead to the Brighton game on Friday. So thanks to all you guys in the chat. Terry, always, as usual, and Shane as well, Thomas as well. Thank you very much for tuning in. Mark C as well. Some good comments there. Entertaining stuff and really good. Mark Darby as well was in earlier. Thanks for tuning in, mate. Hope you're well. Russ as well popped in earlier. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks to everybody else as well for watching. If you haven't done so, I'll say please give it a like before you go. I think most of you guys already have. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Again, I know most of you guys have. But I say stay tuned because loads of good stuff coming up, obviously. It's going to be a little bit more of an exciting finish to the season than we assumed, wasn't it? So stay tuned to the channel. Loads of great stuff coming up. Thanks for your support. Another 3 points for Arsenal. Come on, you Gunners. Come on. St Totteringham's Day on Sunday. Let's go.